Morning, people. It is Tuesday, the 30th of April. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture, as defined by you lot, the culture. As always, we're brought to you by the best in the business. Talk to them.
They call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA's producer and news analyst. Melanin jam-packed.
And I am 6 foot plus of pure temptation. Big Marks from the east side. Unadulterated temptation.
Unadulterated.
Well, go on, Brent.
Good morning. I am blessed.
Breast? You're blessed? You got a breast on your mind, yeah?
I hate to cough. I am blessed and highly favored. How are you this morning, Margs and Emmanuel?
I'm all right, I'm good.
Lovely. That's why I was slipping up on my words. Yesterday, Emmanuel, he questioned your greatness.
Who?
You see?
Me?
Mugs.
Wait,
Impossible, right?
Why would I do that? What are we talking about?
Why did you go with that first?
I would never do that.
Remember yesterday when I said, I'm laughing because I wanted to do this on air. You see? So you question your greatness.
He tried to cover for you.
What did I do now, man?
No. I'm He asked me about your piece. And he said,
Whoa.
Did he?
I didn't.
I thought we had retired that.
No, did he?
No, I'm just saying, say what you mean to me, what you say. That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, the first campaign video where you performed a soliloquy. We were talking about it, and he asked me if that was a one-take wonder. I said, of course it was. What do you expect? And he said, what? Impossible. He did not do that in one take. Imagine, did you do it in one take?
One take, man.
That wasn't all first verse.
Yeah, it's one take.
I know how show business works. So I'm trying to say that. Producer, producing thing.
So he's saying, if I can't do it, Emmanuel can't do it. That's essentially what I heard.
No, I'm a one take kind of guy. Still, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
But Emmanuel not?
No, I'm not saying that. See, now he's trying to pit us against each other. Trying to turn us against each other. Willie Lynch, he's doing the Willie Lynch thing. No, was that one take, yeah?
Yeah, it was one take, man.
Or like just about, basically.
No, not just about. Even a part of me was thinking, Brent, why did you have to put in cutaways so people could see us one take?
Oh, you wanted to just run for... Yeah, because obviously I know the breaks in there when...
Yeah.
And it's like, Brent's like, nah, I need it again, but with more conviction. You get what I'm trying to say? No, fair play to you, man. Fair play to you. It's done very well.
Thank you. The spirit of the ancestors, man.
I see.
You know what I mean? They wanted to talk to the people, man.
Why not Jesus?
It's Jesus' ancestor too, man.
Is that what people mean when they say the ancestors?
I don't know what people mean. I know what I mean, Brent. You know what I'm saying?
What did you say? Mean what you say and say what you mean?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. All right, cool. Good morning, Tina. Good morning. Ooh,
Is
Azia.
the tweet up?
I think it is. Let me see. Hopefully it is. Because it wasn't yesterday.
It is. Oh, I've lost it now, but it was. Yeah, it is.
Good. That means it's working again. And I fixed the echo on my stream when I'm playing things.
Nice.
So come Thursday when we debut the second video, you guys are not going to be vomiting in your mouth. It'll be sweet. All right, I'll do that afterwards. All right, good morning, Tina. Good morning, Azia. Good morning, Charles Mack. Good morning, Abby. Good morning, Subway Booming. Good morning, Anthony Hansen. Good morning, Amy Snowglobe. Good morning, Gin and Gist. Good morning, Davina. Sending you love and light. Good morning, Priz. Good morning, Fanan. Good morning, Charlene. Good morning, Mel S. Good morning, Crucial J. Good morning, TFR. Good morning, Mother Booth. Good morning, Greek. Good morning, Star Crow. Good morning, Easy Bambino. Good morning, Crud Crew. Good morning, ONB. Good morning, Mr. Ashlows. Good morning, Chijoke. Good morning, Noreen. Good morning, Lala. Good morning, Cindy M. And good morning, Tracy and T. This morning I had the live in unlisting, so it didn't show up in people's streams or email notifications until too late. Yeah, so apologize for that. It won't happen again. Obviously, I was testing what I was testing yesterday, and I didn't need any interruptions. So, I was on the gram yesterday, and I saw this fantastic series of images. Can you see our babes 5 times more?
Big up 5 times more.
They collected an award. Most inspirational woman.
Love it.
Wow.
Love it.
It says wow. And they looked amazing on the night. Look close. Look at Timothy. And they are just in a field of white women. Radiating, glowing, just collecting their excellent award for their excellent achievements.
They've been doing some amazing work, man.
Yeah, man, and they're tirelessly doing that work. Look at these babes.
Love it.
Absolutely love it. Make sure and go over to their Instagram and show them some love, please.
Just for someone, just not for me, but for anybody who don't know these guys, who are they? What do they do?
So they have a charity, and they basically advocate, I guess, to many different bodies, mostly the government, on awareness around Black women being 5 times more likely to die during childbirth. Okay. I think the numbers have dropped a little bit, but it's still it could rise again, surely.
Unfortunately,
I like the name.
Yeah,
The name can't change to 4 times more now.
Nah.
So that's what it is that they do. Advocate for Black women.
All right, definitely big them up.
Absolutely amazing. Anyway, I thought that was fantastic and needed to be shown. Do we have a comment from
Spotify?
And I think we have a comment on YouTube that I wanted to read.
All right, I gotta find it. We got a comment on Spotify from Fifi Fafafa Dizzy. Well, Faz Dizzy.
I think your first one was correct, man. Fifi for five Dizzy.
Bambino.
Oh, wait, sorry. Is that what?
So what was that?
It's easy. It's easy. I probably typed
This
F.
guy.
Oh, you done that wrong.
No, I wasn't supposed to type it, but sometimes when I'm switching from one computer to the next, because I have this keyboard that flips, I have to press a switch thing.
There's a lot of Fs.
Yeah. Sometimes it glitches.
So it's just Izzy Bambino.
It's Izzy Bambino, yeah.
That sounds more familiar.
It sounds familiar, yeah. It sounds familiar.
All right, then. Izzy Bambino says, another great topic of the day. Some people want light skin to be treated as harshly as dark skins were before we give them the grace to share their experience. But that leads to us repeating the same mistakes. Yeah. And your YouTube comment?
All right, so big rant. This episode triggered me for real. This is from Gemma.Marie. Or it could be Mary. I grew up in the UK in the 80s to early 90s. My grandparents were some of the first Windrush generation to arrive in my area. My dad came with them from Jamaica, and my mum is white. If you only knew the racism all of us had to endure, including my mum, to make it easier for the next generation to come and be more accepted, boy. I am fairly dark-skinned, and you wouldn't know I am mixed-raced unless you knew me. So when I hear some of your later generations talking on mixed-race people, it insults the pain of the people who came before you and who were here before you, were even born, had to go through to pave the way for you and your family. Some of the things we had to put up with actually still shock me now, in school and in the community. So when I hear some of the people we set the ground for and took the worst for talking now, wow, you all need to stop and think. I'm sorry to say, you all have no idea. Things are nowhere near as bad as they were when black people first arrived in the UK. Show some respect, please. Take a moment and recognize the work, the endurance, and the pain that generations way before you went through, just so you can be here and be as successful as you are. Sorry for the mad rant, but please take some time to open your eyes and your minds, people. There were other cultures and generations that paved the way for you. We all need to humble ourselves.
Yeah. Was that full stop?
It's a full stop. It's finished there.
That's a word. I hear her though.
100%.
That's why I have to have these kind of conversations. Would have been nice if she could have. Actually, she wasn't listening live, and she's a YouTuber.
Yes.
Would have been dope if she could have called in.
Yes.
That's literally one of three things I was thinking.
What was the other two?
Brent to read it again in Topic of the Day,
Okay.
and for Christy to respond. In Topic
Was
of the Day.
was she talking to Christy?
No, I think she's talking to everyone, to the entire community. But I think
Christy wasn't saying anything.
no, she wasn't. But I'm basically anticipating Christy's point of view in it, and how, because it sounds like Ms. Marie is basically saying, obviously there's no need for the conflict amongst us in the community, but there's also, it seems like she's kind of directing it mainly at people who are dark skinned, who are saying that the plight of light skinned people, I should say, is can never be at our level. You know what I'm saying? And many dark skinned people won't agree with that, even though it's a different generation. You know what I'm saying? So again, I would like to hear Christy's point of view, because I know that obviously Christy, I guess, kind of makes a distinction between those who are black and those who are mixed race, even though the society may group us all as black.
And everybody's just speaking from their own point of view and their own lived experience in it. And you don't know what you don't know. So you can't, it doesn't matter what your opinion is. You can't speak for people that was here before you and that went through things before you, because you can have an opinion on something. They can tell you exactly what it was, that when they lived through it. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And everybody is subject to it. Me being in East London, I know for a fact that I've seen that white women get abused for loving black men. You get me? They get called wogs meat.
Yeah.
Wogs meat.
Yeah, they get called wogs meat. Yeah, it's a thing. Call them wogs meat.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. Like that's a real life thing. So, and obviously that's what I'm trying to say. That's not to put it like, but it's all. It's not a struggle Olympics thing, man. Everybody does go through shit. You get me? That's why you have to have these conversations so you can learn and you can know, innit? Because maybe some things get said in ignorance. If you don't know, you just don't know, innit?
But again, I feel like it may go back. It may default to the same position where it's like, okay, cool. I understand that your parents and you yourself had to deal with things that our generation don't necessarily have to deal with anymore, right? Since white people have somewhat got used to us, right? To some degree. But the reality is, someone can say, but your father chose to marry a white woman and have kids. That's a choice you made. Other black people who didn't choose to do those things are just hated on for being black. You know what I'm saying? Like, the things that are thrown your way is because you chose to live your life in a particular way. You said, okay, cool. Despite what's going on around me, I'll come through with the Windrush, but I'm choosing to take one of their women.
Yeah, but even so, I think it's still making a different argument at a different point, because even if him being the first Windrush generation and moving into a predominantly white area, even if he had a black wife with black kids, he would have went through the same thing. What they're saying is it's not exclusive to dark-skinned people, because he had a mixed race child and he was with a white woman and they still went through it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I think that's the point that she's trying to make.
Okay, cool.
Like everybody's getting this. Equally, and so it's not any less because you've got light skin privilege or diminishing anybody's experience. We went through the same fuckeries. I think that's the point that she's trying to make. I don't know.
Yeah, makes sense. But I guess that's when it kind of switches from the racism to the colorism thing, because I guess, and this was kind of one of the points I made yesterday, where it's like, where I gave the example of, let's just say all my kids was light skinned, and I grew up in an area where it was just white people, they're going to suffer a particular type of struggle. But then if we move to London now, and they're light-skinned amongst dark-skinned people, potentially you may get dark-skinned people saying, yo, be quiet with your light-skinned privilege. You know what I'm saying?
Shut your yellow ass up.
You know what I'm saying? So as much as they kind of all got it from white people around them, her mum got it too, and all that sort of stuff. In the community, you still may get those who had kids with black people looking at them thinking, yeah, but it's less for you. You know what I mean? And that's why I say that it's almost like we return to the default. You know what I'm saying? Which is sad, but
it's good to have the conversations and the
100%.
discourse, because you get me. That's the only way we're gonna learn and break down these barriers that are between us. That's been put there by other people as well. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, to realize that we are closer in our experiences than we think, and everybody's feelings, everybody's experiences matter.
Yep.
You feel me? But this is what we're here for, man. Shouts out to New Black. Anything else?
No.
All right then. Well, let's
push into headlines.
Let's push on to the headlines. Let's start the show.
All right, so our first headline. You remember yesterday we were talking about Humza Yousaf, Scotland's First Minister. That guy is a joke, to be honest with you. The only person he's not worse than is Liz Truss. Because I really don't understand why he made the decision he made to get rid of the Greens. But anyway, long story short, he has obviously stood down, man. He's resigned. Yeah, so he said that he made the decision after spending the weekend reflecting on.
So who resigned?
Humza Yousaf, Scotland's First Minister. He said that he made the decision after spending the weekend reflecting on what was best for the SNP, the government, and also the country. Mr. Yousaf said that he had concluded that someone else would need to take over in order to repair our relationship across the political divide. It follows the collapse of the SNP's power-sharing deal with the Greens. Mr. Yousaf's decision to abruptly end the agreement just 48 hours after saying he had no intention of doing so angered the Greens and left him struggling to secure enough support in order to lead a minority government. He had been facing 2 votes of no confidence later this week that he was not certain to win. He obviously wasn't going to win because the Greens pretty much said they was going to vote to remove him as the First Minister. His resignation comes just 13 months after Mr. Yousaf won the contest to succeed Nicola Sturgeon as the First Minister and SNP leader after narrowly defeating Kate Forbes in what had been a fractious leadership race. He became the first ethnic minority leader of a devolved government in the UK and the first Muslim to lead a major UK party as well. Next headline. This is kind of like a continuation of what we mentioned yesterday about the effects of the Rwanda scheme on those in Ireland. So Down the Street has pretty much responded and said that the UK government will not take back any asylum seekers who have crossed into Ireland until EU-wide asylum rules are changed. Last week, the Irish government announced emergency laws to return a rising number of asylum seekers crossing from Northern Ireland. But the PM's official spokesperson said it was up to the UK to decide who we do and do not accept into the country. Irish and UK ministers met on Monday to discuss the asylum system. The Prime Minister's official spokesperson said, clearly we're not going to just start accepting returns from the EU, just as the EU does not accept asylum returns from the UK to France. The Irish government says that it's seeing an influx of asylum seekers coming from Northern Ireland because they are fearful of being sent to Rwanda, and it says it will not allow Ireland to provide a loophole for anybody else's migration challenges. And our last headline takes us to Ukraine, or the Ukraine and Russia war, where local officials have said that at least 4 people have been killed and 32 injured in a Russian missile attack on what locals call the Harry Potter Castle in the southern Ukrainian port of Odessa. The building is the residence of the prominent UK MP Sergei Kivalov, who was wounded in a strike, this is according to Ukrainian media. It houses the Odessa Law Academy, which is run by Mr. Kivalov, The story's still developing, but yeah, if we find more information on that, we'll relay it to you guys. But that's pretty much it for the headlines.
All right, then let's get into what you're saying, topic of the day.
Yeah.
Also, before we get into the topic of the day, because I see Greek saying, how can you be mixed race and dark skin? And some other people were saying that they were confused in that. I'm not sure whether, I know mixed race people, I've seen mixed race people that look like they're black, you wouldn't be able to tell they had a black parent. I'm not sure whether, a white parent, I'm not sure whether they could say that they're dark skinned like how you are, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But if they're black enough, or if their skin is dark enough to pass that, if you never spoke to them, you wouldn't know that they had a white parent, then clearly they're black enough. because then that means their experience to everybody, even if you're within your own culture wouldn't know them, definitely people outside the culture don't know, then surely that would make you black enough to qualify because that's what your lived experience is going to be. No?
And they're all black people. When I say all black, both parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, all black, and they're lighter than some mixed race people.
My grandparents are dark. My nan's your colour, granddad's your colour.
The genes.
On both sides as well. You know what I'm saying? It's throwback. No, but I think it's definitely possible. But like I was saying, I think the point is, obviously, I don't know how people wants to qualify blackness and stuff like that. But if you can't tell, then surely you make it in, if that makes sense. Because like I was saying, that your experience and the way you get treated is going to be the same as everybody else if you can't tell, innit? I don't know.
This is the topic of the day today, isn't it?
It just feels combative anyway. Like to say that it's just the pushback, is rather than being more harmonious and getting into understanding. I think I want to get into a place of like understanding and less contention.
100%.
I asked a question to somebody yesterday, right? Let me see if I can formulate it in a manner in which you understand. So, you have light-skinned blacks, right? And they don't like white people. Emmanuel's brethren, they don't like white people. Right? They don't got no white friends, not interested in that culture, not interested in calling them their tribe, their kin. Not interested, right? And they want black people, dark-skinned black people. This is the question I'm asking, right? Dark-skinned black people.
To treat them like dark-skinned black people.
To just welcome in, because I'm seeing home here. I'm seeing my people here, right? But those particular black people are like, you're diluted. You're 4/5 a man, a black man. Do you understand? You're not like us. You're not fully like us. So they ostracize them. They other them. Right? Would that hurt far more,
Okay.
right, than that dark-skinned man being left out of opportunity in the workplace because that white boss decided to pick that light-skinned person for the job instead because they were more palatable? And that's colorism, right? Right, Emmanuel? That's colorism, right? Opportunity spurned because the lighter blacks are chosen over the darker blacks in this particular scenario.
I just think when you get into the...
No. We're getting to that into the topic of the day, right? But that particular question, being ostracized, excommunicated from the cool group, is it? And obviously it was a wild question. I had a whole conversation. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But you know how I have my... Hey, is this something we've ever considered?
I don't know, because I just don't think you can... like when you do...
No. I'm not... Actually, I'm asking to compare my...
Yeah, but I just think everybody's experiences and feelings are different.
Let me remove the comparison.
Because some people can take stuff more than other people. And I don't think there's what hurts more.
Cool.
Everybody feels, innit? And if someone feels something, you can't tell me yours is worse. I felt it.
Let me remove the comparison, because I want you to answer this question, right? Let me remove the comparison so it's easier for you to answer the question. And you can answer too, Emmanuel. Colorism in that example, that particular dark-skinned person hasn't got the job. Yes? Mark, so you with me right now? They haven't gotten a job.
Yeah.
So they're upset. They're unable to feed their family. They're pissed, right? Darn, colorism again, right? Now the light-skinned black person, they get the job, but they're not allowed the black cookout. They're not allowed. And they call all these different names too. Does that or can that lead you into a state of depression?
Yeah, depending on how important it is for that person to be part of their tribe, because it's their home, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? But they're both. That's what. And this is what the problem
I
is.
just removed comparison. I
I'm
removed
trying
it.
to remove comparison. It's hard. What I'm saying is everybody's feeling. This is what I'm saying. If you can't, regardless of where you compare it, you can't remove it. Everybody's feeling. This is what we're talking about. We're all living it at the same time, and everybody's feeling. So,
What I did before I asked that question was I tried to put myself into their feet, their shoes. I tried, and that's what I came up with, because they are comparing. They are looking at, wait a minute, all I want to do is to be accepted by you. That's all I want, because I got nothing in common with these white people. Yes, they're giving me favor, but I don't like them. And I swear, I'll advocate for them to hire you, but they're not listening to me. They're not listening to me. And all I want to do is find home here. But you're calling me all these different names and whatnot, because of maybe somebody else like me who was moving with that type of nastiness that the white man wants me to move at. Do you understand? So I'm being brandished, I'm being punished for the sins of the others that look like me. But for me, I'm not looking to.
listen.
No, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I motioned it to you. I didn't say it. All right, cool. Hello.
Morning.
Hi, morning.
The right person for the topic. How are you today?
Aw, look, black love is the revolution.
That's right.
That's
this
right.
This is for Dwayne. Keep it alive.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Amen and amen.
Love it. I love it.
Shout out to Dwayne.
Sorry, I missed the
All
prelude.
right. I'm trying to think. Oh, yes. Brent, can you read that comment, please?
I can. So we got a comment from our YouTube community, and it reads as following.
So this is in response to yesterday's topic.
Big rant. This episode triggered me for real. I grew up in the UK in the 80s and early 90s. My grandparents were some of the first Windrush generation to arrive in my area. My dad came from, I did the same thing. My dad came with them from Jamaica, and my mum is white. If you only knew the racism all of us had to endure, including my mum, to make it easier for the next generation to come and be more accepted, boy. I am fairly dark-skinned, and you wouldn't know I am mixed race unless you knew me. So when I hear some of y'all later generations talking on mixed race people, it insults the pain of the people who came before you and who were here before you were even born, had to go through to pave the way for you and your family. Some of the things we had to put up with actually still shock me now, in school and in the community. So when I hear some of the people we set the ground for and took the worst for talking now, wow, you all need to stop and think. I'm sorry to say, you all have no idea. Things are nowhere near as bad as they were when black people first arrived in the UK. Show some respect, please. Take a moment and recognize the work, the endurance, and the pain that generations way before you went through, just so you can be here and be as successful as you are. Sorry for the mad rant, but please take some time to open your eyes and your minds, people. There were other cultures and generations that paved the way for you. We all need to humble ourselves. Black heart, love.
So yes. What are your thoughts on that, Christy?
That was really long-winded.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. I don't. I feel like what they're saying is, granted, I guess obviously they're talking from a time obviously from before, and I get that, but I don't understand how we need to humble ourselves now in relation to what they're speaking about. That paved the way, paved the way for, as it, because sorry, I don't know if it's a he or she.
She.
Is she paving the way for her fellow mixed race people, or is she paving the way for black people as a whole? Because what she faced, I guess, because she was, she said she was darker skinned than, I guess, more darker skin toned than
an average mixed race person.
Average mixed race person. So I guess they obviously viewed her as black, but I don't know where the ritual was coming from. To be honest with you,
Do you know what it is? I think back in those days, I guess white people weren't making a distinction between mixed race people and black people. They was grouping everybody wholesale and saying, you people are all crazy, you people are all evil, you people are all black and rubbish. We don't, long story short, right?
Yeah.
So I think she's basically saying, back then we were all in the same boat. Okay. And now today you guys are looking back and using your standards and how you see the world now and projecting onto us, when that's a big mistake. Because right now, effectively, what you're saying to me is my pain as a mixed race person, even my mum, who's white, is less than, didn't mean as much. It was for what? Because now you're making a distinction between me and you, when really that wasn't the case. Back then, we were all together. And we didn't see ourselves as necessarily different. And the enemy didn't see us as different too.
Okay.
So why are you guys doing it today?
So because her mum chose to love a black man.
You see, this is what I said. Because,
so her mum is in the same boat as everybody else.
Let me put her mum out of it.
Okay.
But
please.
her as a mixed race person.
Okay.
Because her dad's black. Okay. Right? She's basically saying, at least it seems to me from what I'm hearing, that all of us kind of was just seen as black. We all went through it. So why today are you trying to make distinctions? Why is there a hierarchy between darker skinned people and lighter skinned people? We should all see ourselves as black, because the reality is back then we were all black. The enemy saw us as all black and treated us all a particular way.
Well, I need to take myself out of it because obviously I don't view, again, no offense to anybody who's mixed race, but I classify them as such. I make a distinction. So I need to take that myself out of that. I don't group everybody. Sorry, I just don't. So
you don't need to take yourself out of it to make that decision, because it's not about you. You're not being racist to anybody.
No,
but
but
the white people that are grouping them all the same.
Yeah, and this is where I take issue, because the white people have grouped us as the same. We have now still followed that suit, and I think I put it in the comments in the chat yesterday. Obviously, I get America's different in obviously the dynamics. But the fact that they're even, to me, still following the one drop rule, I think that's even insulting. We haven't even deviated from that. And that's why I don't think that's even fair. Why I think there should be made a distinction. I don't see why, because white people perceive us as such. Oh, you lot just go over there. You're just one group anyway.
Yeah.
How come no one cares about history? How come you just woke up and think that we just got here? How come no one cares about the things that happened before we got here? Like you just wake up. We speak with a privilege, like all of us with privilege, because our life is how it is now.
Yeah.
And we don't take no consideration into nothing that happened before we got here, which is wild. When people saying what type of wave was paid, like them first Windrush generation, it was difficult to even walk down the street.
100%.
We don't have those. We don't take those things into consideration. As black people, to even have a voice, to be even seen as equals in the workplace, to do all these things, we don't have those thoughts in our head. We just wake up and we're just like this. At a point in time, it was tough. Then black people had to walk down the street and put up with the abuse. Had to go to football terraces to be safe, to think, I go to the football, I'm fine. People's first lived experiences are totally different. And it's not just black people, there's mixed race people that have done the same thing. And also, whether you like it or whether you want to believe it or not, there was white people that was advocating for us and doing things, even making it normal to be able to love a black man or love a black woman and whatever. Everybody played their part in bringing us to where we are today. And then we just sit here and talk with our privilege like it ain't nothing. Like it don't mean nothing. Talk about with black people, mixed race people, white people, whatever. What the people that helped us get where we are today, their struggle and their things that they've done are important. And I don't understand why we just diminish people's experiences like this. Just because we all speak from a place of privilege. It's nothing to do with caste, race, or nothing like that.
Yeah, but I don't feel like who's diminishing that though. I'm still trying to get to. Fast forward to today, colorism still exists. Colorism is still a thing. So irrespective of what happened, and yes, it was probably severe, and yes, probably, and most likely mixed race people who are even lighter got caught hell from white people, yes. However, today it is manifested differently. It is manifested differently than back then. We also have to need to take that in consideration. I think now, obviously the way society views us, they've now shifted. White is now shifted. Now, to me, how I see it, how I was growing up, mixed race was more of, oh, you're the acceptable black. The darkened skin tone, whatever. If you're not going to represent they was put before and be like, yeah, you can go in front. Yeah, you can be paraded as the black. And I know, even though that was what the white people put upon them, I'm not saying that's no through fault of their own. However, we also need to maneuver. We also need to include that into the situation, into the conversation. That's not by our doing.
Well, some of it is because obviously the origins is the start of white people putting us against each other, but black people play into that with our own community
100%.
and champion light-skinned people and do this kind of things. That's of their own, but that happens.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is though, it's also, I'm not saying that you're saying this, but remember, it's not just black people who darker skinned people who maybe feel some type of way towards light skinned people. It's also light skinned people in the community also acting as though they were better than. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just the other direction where it's like, cool. It's because some of them,
They
not all of
that.
them.
They 100% internalized that.
And they use that.
Yeah, no, that's facts.
You can go back to Haiti. Like there was a group of mulatto people back then who were seen as, I guess maybe today you say the middle class, who were further benefiting from the enslavement of darker skinned people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
it's both ways. It's both ways. And I guess maybe today, yes, back then, like Gemma Marie is saying, everyone was kind of seen as black and everyone was kind of treated the same. But now that we have that freedom, unfortunately, we've kind of used that freedom not to, as the Bible says, to serve, but we've kind of used it to cause more conflict. Because now we are saying, wait a minute, okay, cool. Maybe the white man's boot is not on our neck as tough it was, as heavy as it was back then. But we're seeing that you light-skinned people are enjoying life a bit better than us. And some of you don't really care. You know what I'm saying? So yes, we're going to express ourselves. And some of you are like, okay, well, I don't care, I'm good. I'm going to enjoy my life like this then. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why we get these things. And that's why I guess we have to talk about it. I don't think it's necessarily people saying, let's forget history.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But just the reality of what's going on today. It's different.
And I think also, I think I hate doing the whole white man thing, but I think also they also even pivoted themselves because they saw the way people, I guess they anticipated some type of mixture and stuff, and they thought, hold on, let's redirect this. And again, Willie Lynch is still full in effect in 2024. So they thought, okay, we can allow we can allow this, and we've also bought into that, unfortunately, and perpetuated it. But also others also played a part. Like let's not I think it's valid to say that both things are true at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's no way diminishing what they went through back then. That 100%, they went through a lot. Even I hear stories like from people in Liverpool and stuff where that's mixed race central.
Exactly.
That is mixed race central.
Liverpool's one of the only people where I've seen mixed race grannies.
No,
I'm not even being funny. Like that's one of the few. I can't even think of examples where I've seen like women in their 70s, 80s that are mixed race. I don't see a lot of that down in London.
That was like, and they went through hell, like because they got thrown into the whole boat. Like they could have been a mixed race child, and they were full of. It was a white school, but it was a mixed race, and they viewed them as someone as dark as me.
Yeah.
So I get that that's a 100% a tough experience. But that also doesn't negate that it was also a tough experience for people I knew when I was in secondary school. There's a particular person who I know she's even in the chat, but she darker than me, and her 100% was experience. Unfortunately, it was also perpetuated by us. But because, again, you know, I remember in secondary school, there was a time that obviously, it's harsh to say, but like mixed race was the thing.
Oh, 100% it was.
Like that was the era. Like, and we didn't even call it that. I don't want to call it what we used to call them, but because I know that's derogatory. But that was a thing. Like that was a time where all of a sudden, not even all of a sudden, like already you're facing day-to-day racism, like from your white counterparts going to school, all of that, and then all of a sudden you get into school, and then you're still facing that same thing from other people because they put them on a pedestal.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, they're seen as, ooh, they got a mix. So, like...
There's a comment on the screen from Susanna. I want to read that quickly. It says, some mixed race people do identify as black. I was raised by a black mum and was told on multiple occasions I was black. So when my black peers do not accept me, it is hurtful.
I fully understand it, right? And obviously, me and Chris, we spoke about this a few times. Like, some of my heroes are... Someone on the call? Do they have to call back?
Can you hear us? All right, call back, please.
Remember, guys, you can use the Discord.
I think it's Tina. I'm not sure if she knows what Discord is.
Oh,
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Big up Tina,
Yeah,
man.
big up Tina.
Like I said, some of my heroes are mixed race people. Booker T. Washington, Frederick Douglass, you know what I'm saying? But thank you very much, you know what I'm saying? But the reality is this,
but
though.
those people, I like that you like to say that, but we know what time that was in.
Of course, and they were seen as black, just like us.
Exactly.
100%.
So
yeah, but also when we champion them in this day and age,
Yeah.
for them people, we don't qualify that they're mixed. You know what I'm trying to say? When you're championing Bob Marley, obviously if you sit down and you think about it, yeah, cool. But when you talk about a black man and you accept it, or when even in more modern day times when America's going crazy and very rare, and we see like they got the first black president and whatnot, Obama, he's a black man. When they're doing great things and things they're black and you overlook it, all of a sudden, that it doesn't matter that they got like why we that you know what I'm trying to say? Why is it so only exceptional mixed race people could be black then?
No,
this is what we're saying.
I hear you. Obviously, I don't want to speak for Christy. I don't
speak for me,
I don't want to
please.
speak for Christy.
don't speak
But
for
all I was
me.
going to say is Christy is consistent. Christy doesn't say pick and choose.
I know Christy is a different breed. You know what I'm saying? She's on what she's on.
But to me,
Stand on business.
To me, I'm not trying to pick and choose exceptional mixed race people. I'm not interested in none of that stuff. Like, to me, and again, this is directly related to the topic of the day. Back then, like Chrissy was saying, like everyone was just seen as black.
We're putting you through to our pay-as-you-go top-up service.
Black people, black, like we already know race is a construct. The whole thing's fake.
Yeah.
The fact that we can one day say this is black and tomorrow say this is black or not black is all nonsense, right? But we do live in this particular paradigm. But my thing is this, and I know it may seem, good morning, one second please. I know it may seem harsh, right? But in moments where people have to think with a militaristic mindset, and I say to myself, as a black man, I love both my parents equally, right? Both of them black. And then I think, okay, what if I was mixed race? I love both my parents equally. One of them is black and one of them is white. Definitely, you have to understand why a black person who has both black parents will look at you and say, wait a minute, can you be trusted? Because your loyalty may be divided. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, we have to understand lives are at risk here, potentially. You know what I'm saying? By letting you in. It may seem harsh that we have to vet you, but that's the reality of it because we've seen it in the past. Of course, darkest people have sold us out too, but that's just the reality. You have a parent who is black and you have a parent who's white. You love that person just as much. You know what I'm saying? So what are you prepared to do for that white side? Anyway.
I think Tina's on the phone.
That's a mad way to look at it.
Yeah, I'm on the call. Hi guys.
To look at it.
But you understand what I'm saying though?
I hear what you said.
Is that crazy? You know what I'm saying?
You shit by Manuela by.
Sorry, caller.
Yeah.
Was it Tina?
Good morning, it's Tina. How are you?
Morning, how you doing? You alright?
Hi, my babes.
I'm fine, thank you. Hey girl, how are you? Okay, so Chrissy, was you talking about me before?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so basically, obviously, I'm a dark-skinned woman, proud. And now I'm proud because before I can honestly say when I was younger, I literally hated myself. I hated my skin. I literally thought my skin was cursed. Like, this is how I was feeling. And I can't talk for long because I've got clients as well. But what I will say is that I've experienced more colorism than racism. And it's from black, dark-skinned men, boys. It was never with the light-skinned people, ever. the dark-skinned people was always making me feel like, who are you? You're disgusting. Da, 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 da. It was really, really bad. In secondary school, obviously I won't mention a name, but there was one person in particular who was darker than me, and he was always cussing my colour skin all the time. And it was mad. So growing up, I would say colorism over racism for me. That's my experience. And it's sad to say that. And that's all I can say on that one.
Interesting.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah. And one more thing, I had a light-skinned friend who she always made me feel beautiful all the time. Like, Christy, yes, you always did it as well. But at that time, we were closer in secondary school, and she always made me feel beautiful. Even when people used to cuss me out and blah, 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 she was the one defending me and stuff. So it's just, I feel like everyone has different experience as well. So we can't really downplay people's experience as well. But that was just my personal experience. I could say more, but I've got clients, so I've got to go. So yeah, big up TDA. Love you all. Bye.
Do you think that, like, because I take what she said there, and when I think about it, yeah, I know like a lot of light-skinned people, men and women, that love dark-skinned people. Do you think it's a bit of, I don't want to say overcompensating because that might sound rude, but it's because of, you see that the lack of what you're saying, Brent, of not being accepted into the tribe. Do you think that that's what makes them driven towards dark skin more?
I think for some, maybe, I can't speak for them, but I think there's an aspect of that is true. I think some may do, like, case in point, Colin Kaepernick. I feel like he 100%, because of what he went through, I feel like he goes even harder because of his experience and how he views. So I think he definitely does. I think that was a part of like his internalization and like thinking like, oh, how am I gonna fight like for this kind of like for like people and stuff, and because of how he was treated when he was younger. So I think 100%. I think there's an aspect of that. It's definitely true.
There's a lot going on in here to unpack. It's
It's-
like it's
no,
all
it's a lot.
self-hate and stuff, innit?
Yeah, 100%.
That too, that played a part because as Tina said, there were a group of black boys, and I know who they were, and they 100% would speak very derogatory, and I'm thinking, babes, you're darker. We're even the same. Like I don't understand this, but again, it's because of how they also probably viewed themselves
And
and
their own experiences, because they would have been going through things as dark-skinned men as well. And then maybe there's that mindset of thinking of not wanting to go down that route. It's like doubling down, innit? I know what I've been through. I know how I get treated. I don't want a dark-skinned woman because my seeds are going to be, and they're going to go through it again. They think in their mind, they're thinking, I'm going to break the cycle.
Yeah, one of your faves married for that reason. Oh, well, that was part of the reason, but hey.
One of whose faves?
One of you lot's faves. Brent knows who I'm talking about.
Okay.
One of you lot's fave, but I ain't gonna shake the table today.
All right.
I want to know. We ain't even heard the question for the topic of the day. That's what's lit.
It's kind of related, to be fair, but my blackness is challenged because I'm light skinned. You lot are privileged. How valid are you willing to sit down and listen to somebody who says that to you? That says you're privileged.
Yeah, I'm privileged because I've got
Okay.
2 black parents. I'm 100% privileged. I 100% believe that.
I got 2 black
No, it's
parents.
like, yeah. And you say, are you not privileged?
Yeah, but obviously they're talking about.
Yeah, but because you are, yeah, but I don't understand. Yeah, I can sit across the room and someone says that to me. I'm not gonna feel offended.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 100% privileged. I mean,
Is it right that this is the case though? I mean, yeah, is it right that it's the case? Is it understandable? If not right, is it understandable that we kind of, when I say we, I'm just kind of speaking generally here, that we may look at a light-skinned person or a mixed-race person and say, let's kind of like what you were saying yesterday, Brent. Let's see how they speak. Let's see how they move before we fully embrace them. You know what I'm saying? If the person was darker skinned, we may just automatically accept that this person's part of the community. You know what I'm saying? Is it right? And if you feel like it is right or it isn't right, is it understandable though? Because this is basically the point I was trying to make when I was saying before, which you guys were saying is a mad statement. Like if somebody's got is mixed race and they've got a black parent and a white parent, you would love the white side just as much as somebody who would like the black side, right?
Yeah, but you're talking. Yeah, I know, but what you're going off the base, that's just humans. That's just a white person.
Yeah.
You're talking because you're talking like they love a white supremacist.
No, it's not that. But it's also saying, in times where you have to make decisions based on the benefit or on what benefits your race, can you be trusted to make those decisions? If, for example, that may take away something from the white side, or you perceive it as taken away from the white
I
side.
think a mixed race person who cares about social justice and them kind of issues and cares about their blackness and their things, I think if they're smart enough to understand that there's not much that they have to do to protect or thing their white race, especially living in a white country, they're fine. That's the privilege that they speak of. So there wouldn't be that need to stand up and protect the whiteness. There'll be that kind of Jesse Williams is. It's more of the need to protect the blackness because we're the minority and we're the ones that's going through it. And if you're sensible enough, you would know that. So I understand where you're coming from to create that kind of scenario. But if you're living in a white country, you're not worrying about your white side of the family's what they're going through because they're white people. They're safe. They're calm.
Are you sure though? Because look at what Gemma said. She said, I think she said this, that even her mum had to go through things.
That was back in the 80s.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you may still be, I don't know, in a part of the country where, for example, it's frowned upon.
There's still people that will get frowned upon for dating out of their race. The white women and black men will get frowned upon for dating out of their race. But obviously the time's different. They're probably not being pelted in the streets with garbage and things. You know what I'm trying to say? But like it still happens. And again, obviously, like what you're saying, it's a choice that they made to go and be with that person. But everybody's got their choices to make. Does that diminish the fact that them as a family, black man, white woman, mixed race kids, are all going through the same experiences, whether that's what I say. I don't want to get into the struggle Olympics about what's worse and what's this very rare. They're going through the same experiences that's been perpetuated on them by people outside the race. It's the same thing, innit? I don't think it doesn't take that away. In fact, it's probably even more commendable that a person went and made that choice.
What made what choice?
To go and be with a black person, knowing that all the stuff that can come with it. Because you could have been with a white person and been fine.
No, let's not do that. Hold on.
I'm just saying.
Slow your horses now.
No, but I'm saying you can't use that as a negative against the person that's doing that. How can you use it as a negative against the person that's doing that if they knew that they could have been used their white privilege all the way, doubled down, and got a white person and went through life fine? But they didn't do that. They went to follow their heart, chose with someone that they love, didn't see anything, didn't put any races, any barrier, and they went and they chose that person to go and be with. How can you now use that as a rod against them to beat them with? That's not a bad choice that they made. What's wrong with black people? It's cool to love black people. I'm happy when black people love black people, happy when Chinese people love black people, happy when white people love black people, because at the end of the day, you're still pushing up and showing that it's cool that black love is a real thing, innit? So I don't understand why you can use it as a weapon to beat them.
I would also say this is where it becomes an issue for me, because I think when it's now being like, how do I put this? Back to that question, when that now comes up in the conversation, this is why I feel like people are not having the real conversations when they are having children. And this is like, unfortunately, in 2024, this is still an issue. And I'm sorry, if you're not ready for it, for me personally, for what I've seen over the years and all things I've heard, all the different takes, if you are not ready for that kind of whoever the black parent is, because it doesn't have to be black mixed with white, it could be black mixed with any other race. If you are not prepared to have those conversations when you have a child, then that's a problem for me. And I feel like people are also not taking that into consideration. Unfortunately, I feel like there's an additional step that is there's additional level that adds to it. If I'm just having if I'm just doing black love, I'm thinking about there's a certain level that I'm playing on. Now, if we're in the upside down world and I decided that I wanted to date outside my race, I will need to think very carefully about what effect that's gonna have on my child. And I feel like people are not having those real conversations. And unfortunately, you do. You 100% do, because the way they navigate this world 100% dictates what happens on the white side and it dictates what happens in the black community, unfortunately. And the problem is when now mixed race children say, oh, well, actually, I don't want to be identified as either. Black people now take offense. Why are we taking offense for? If they've decided that that's what I want to identify with, I want to, like, literally there's a whole like uproar. And that, to me, I take issue with that. Like, why are we combating what they're saying?
It's because it feel like it makes sense when you just have to pick a side, because when you, especially in this country, well, in most countries as well, we say mixed race and throw everybody into the same thing. Mixed race means your mixed like, race, your races are mixed. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's not just, obviously we got like main character syndrome. It's not just black and white. You know what I'm trying to say? There's mixed race people that would be mixed with different races that are not black and not white and don't feel the same as, because it's not the same, but they're still mixed race. So it's like you can't. How can you like? There's not a. You can't pull them all in together just because they're mixed race. So someone that's mixed with black and white, a English parent and a Nigerian parent, is not the same as someone that's got a Pakistani parent and a South Korean parent. But they're mixed race.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about people who are specifically mixed with black.
But that's what I'm trying to say. But then
That's a whole. That's what I'm saying. That's a whole even another ball game. Those people who are white and Asian, I can't lie to you, I don't know what that struggle is. I don't know the Asian struggle, and I don't know the white struggle. There's not even a white struggle person.
But they're mixed race though, right?
Yeah, they're mixed race. But whatever they got to deal with, they probably got deals in their Asian community, because there's a whole lot going up in their Asian community. So I don't know what's going on there. I can't speak to that. I can only speak to that when one other parent is black, and that kind of mixed race, I guess, as people love to say, black mixed race, whatever that black mixed race person. That to me is a very that I won't even call it niche, because it's just en masse, but it's a very, I feel like it's a very nuanced conversation because of also what comes with blackness. So I think for me, I feel like when you're in an interracial relationship and you produce an interracial child, I feel like that comes with a heavy burden.
Yeah.
And maybe some people may see that because they love to do this. Oh, I don't see color. Love is blind and all that bullshit. Yeah, that's fine. They're delusional. But in the real society, that matters. How you show up in the world matters. So I think that's what, and because people are not having those conversations as parents starting from home, and there's like, because for instance, when the whole Black Lives Matter happened with George Floyd, and it was just so heavy, and that was what was on everywhere news thing. I remember on Twitter, what's her name? Tika Sumter, the actress. I don't know, you know who Tika Sumter is? No. She's been in quite. Brent, can you Google her? Tika Sumter. I'm sure people know in the comments. She's beautiful, dark skinned black woman, beautiful. She meant to go marry a white man, but hey ho. She now came out and said, for those in interracial relationship, it's okay to speak to your counterpart about race. And I thought, to me, that's a wild statement to even say personally. Like the fact that she had to even come out and say that. I'm thinking, wait, hold on. So we took George Floyd so people are not having those conversations before. So we took George Floyd, and what happened with George Floyd to now that to be a conversation to be more like, oh, it's okay to have these conversations. Mate, what kind of conversations were you not having before then? You were just living life oblivious.
How do you spell the name?
Tika Sumter S. Yes.
Sumter. Okay.
Sumter, yeah.
Right.
You see,
This looks like the babes that came on from Accent. So,
oh, is it?
look. You seen it?
Does she?
No.
What?
I don't know this thing.
From Accent So, Rachel.
No, I'm saying I don't know this one.
She's been in Sonic. She's been in what show? The Have-Nots.
I'm trying to think what movie I would have seen.
She's been in some
I've
other
seen
things.
her. Yeah, I've seen her. She's cute.
Yeah, I was so
Yeah.
disappointed when I found out she meant to white man. But anyway,
She found love.
yeah.
Gotta go where the love is, man.
100%.
But
don't.
Just if anybody's questioning, obviously the new black is going to be an advocate and a voice for all blacks. Doesn't matter how much percentage you have in you. We repping all of you, baby.
But you see what Chris said earlier, yeah, about this it basically ties in perfectly what I was talking about in terms of why we may look at a particular person who's mixed race, who's got a white parent and a black parent. Because in the same way you can claim to be black, and yes, the world maybe forces you into that place where you can only claim to be black if you're going to claim something.
You can't claim to be white.
Why can't you claim to be white?
Because they're not.
So a black, a black and an Asian, they can't claim to be Asian.
Huh?
A black and an Asian mix, they can't claim to be Asian.
I'll be honest with you, the melanin is too strong.
No, let's not
The
do this.
melanin is too strong.
I've had this conversation with you.
If you got black in you, you can't. Like you can't, and the world won't let you either. This is the thing. Is to forget what standards that you want for yourself. The world won't let you. You know what I'm trying to say? So you could be mixed race. You can relate more to your white side and care more about your white culture and see yourself as white and whatnot. But the way your skin presents in the world, anybody who doesn't know you're a stranger is gonna look and say, this is that. Like you can't. I honestly believe. Yes, obviously you don't agree. This is stupid, but I honestly believe that a mixed race person, if a mixed race person says that they're black and feels that they're black, they are black, as far as I'm concerned. They cannot. I don't know in what world they can't be white. They can't be white. It's because the melanin is jam packed. Do you get what I'm saying? That's just what I believe. But if you, because how can they?
This is why I get off the boat.
So what you think a mixed race person could be white?
No, I'm not saying they can be one or the other. I make a. They are mixed.
Mixed race.
That's it. I don't. I feel that's even problematic to even say one or the other. Personally, to me, that's problematic, because again, I feel like that's leading with what the white man told you to say. Because you've got black in you, you ain't one of us, and that's where it came from.
Well, Black Rob said Dr. Umar will say different. He said Dr. Umar's stance on this topic is if you claim us, we claim you.
Yeah, that's great.
And you're saying we is French.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's fine if he says that. Yeah, and that's why he was pandering to Nick Cannon when he was thinking. Yeah, I get that. I get that when, don't get me wrong, when a mixed race person says, oh, they're black and whatever, and they say that, I'm not really to have an argument. I'm not trying to have an argument. Personally, I'm not. Like, that's fine.
All right. So what is acceptable? What's the qualification? How black do you need to be for you to consider them as black? The percentage. If my parent, 3/4 black, 1/4 white, mum, and then my father, all black, would you classify me as black?
Sorry, say that again.
My mother,
Mixed race parent.
Mixed race,
3/4 though, because I will start going down. I want to see where.
Start going low. Okay, cool.
Yeah. 3/4.
Okay.
Right.
So one of your parents has a that's one black parent and then one mixed race parent.
Okay, I've got some example, actually, in my head.
Would you answer my question?
Yeah, okay, go
Does
on.
it help you answer my question?
Yeah, but go on. No, I'll answer your question.
I have asked the
Okay, wait, no. 3/4.
Black.
3/4
One
black.
parent's 3/4 black and the other one's fully black. Is that what you're saying?
One. Okay.
Is that what's
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay, then if you want to...
Would I qualify? Don't say if I want to. Would you consider me black?
Yeah.
All right. How about one parent?
So if they've
same
got a
parent-
white grandparent directly.
Don't start confusing it, please.
No, but I'm saying,
Don't do that.
there's a white person in the house.
Don't do that.
There's a grandparent, one of them directly. So 3 of the grandparents are black, but one of them is white.
You're not talking to him.
One grandparent is white.
That's the maths that we would do for it to be 3/4. Yeah.
I guess so.
So yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, cool. How about if that same parent is half black, half white, right?
Yeah.
And then still has the other my other parent as full black. Would you consider me as black?
Sorry, say that again.
Mixed race mum, black dad.
Yeah, because I've yeah.
Because you have a friend, that's why you use it. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? All right, cool.
Yeah.
How about quarter?
if
black?
If the two parents are mixed raced and they've come together, I will call them mixed raced.
All right, so if both the parents are 3/4 black each.
Like, what's his name? I think he claims this. You silly people that were calling him Oliver Jack.
Oh.
Does he not claim this?
What, both of his parents are 3/4
No,
black?
white though, right?
no. Apparently,
Let's not distract us from
No,
the
I
question.
think he said he was he's got some freak.
No, no.
something.
Forget
That's
about
a
Lord
white
Jack.
boy.
Forget about him. Both parents, 3/4 mixed race. No, 3/4 black. And they have a child.
It's diminished, isn't it?
Are you still call it mixed race?
Yeah.
That same friend of yours.
No, but obviously, technically they are. But obviously how they shop in world is black.
And the thing is, how the flipping genes work, how DNA works, that child could be darker than you.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you understand?
Yeah,
and that
100%.
child will be walking around this particular earth,
To me-
having experience just like how you'd have the experience.
To make it easier, the more black, then that is when I would consider them black. The high percentage of black, then to me, they're black. When is the less percent? When we're getting to the 50% and less, I'm sorry,
And
you are
thank
mixed
and
race.
I wanted you to basically say that because there are people who think if you have a drop of white in you, you're not black. So you aren't even as stringent as those people.
Yeah, I'm not stringent.
Don't
Also,
take it as an insult, by the way.
I'm not stringent. Also, but how I think, unfortunately, skin tone plays a part.
And that's why I said,
Sorry.
because of genes, because of DNA, that particular person could come out darker than both their parents.
Yeah.
So then what about albino people then? Their
Talk to
skin
me.
tone. No,
Talk to
you're
me.
saying skin tone plays a part. They're fully black people.
to me.
That white presenting. Are they?
Yeah, but I can get a albino person who's I am someone who is the same complexion me and create an albino child. Why would I think anything different?
So you'd say that black, right?
Of course they are.
But he said to the point of how you're presenting. That's
Yeah,
why
because
he
you said
what
the
he
skin
said.
tone makes a
No,
difference.
but
But not the only thing.
I feel that's not the only factor. Also, I feel like albinos have a distinct look. They do. They have a distinct look. So I feel like there can be a distinction there.
You
Like
see,
I can see an albino person and I can see a mixed race person. I'm not saying all the time, but I feel like typically you can tell which is which. Typically, I'm not saying 100%, but typically you can. So of course I would say yes. Of course they're black.
can I ask? Because
And I'm not saying skin tone is everything, but that also plays a part.
Google, can I ask? Because it's the gymnastics that I have no time for.
Yeah.
And that's why I said what I said about the new black, because they are going to be gymnastics. But to what end? To what end do you hold your belief about mixed race people and classifying themselves as black? What does it matter to you? Why are you so strongly against them claiming black? Why?
It's gonna sound rude, but I feel like black love is for a reason. Like black love is not a black person and someone who's of another different race. I know some people have jumped on that wave and that's not a wave. But to me, that's important to me.
Why have you gone with the black love stuff? I'm asking you.
Yeah, but because I hold that dear to my heart, and that's what I'm saying. That to me is the foundation.
Say it again.
That to me
I'm
is
trying to find out if you've answered my question. You may have, but I'm not sure if you
okay.
have.
You're saying why am I
Why are you so pressed about them claiming black? And you said
I'm
because
not-
of black love.
I'm pressed because we're in a time when, as I've said before, when certain times they've come out and said, no, but I'm mixed raced.
Oh, so you are talking about okay. So you're doing what it is. I say that I need to basically qualify first who the person in front of me is before I now look to judge. Right? You are brandishing this person with the sins of the people who are misusing their mixed raceness. Right? That's what you just said just now. When it suits you, you look to be mixed race, but when it's not, then you want to be black. That's what you said, right?
No, that's part of it. And also, if I say, if a mixed race person said, oh no, I'm black, and I'm like, yeah, and they are actually mixed, I don't see what the problem is in me stating that that's a fact. That's an actual fact. They have one black parent and whatever the other parent is from. Why do I need to be looked down on because I'm stating that as that's an actual fact?
So I think I understand your
And I
argument.
feel like to me that's an insult.
I think I understand your response to me. So you're basically saying the same argument where we're living in this particular time where somebody comes and say, I identify as this, but you don't believe it. So you say, don't look at me and expect me to just go along with it. That's the argument you're making. Ah, okay. That's it.
But that again, don't make it seem like I feel like when I feel like people view it like if I'm saying no, but you're mixed race, I'm being derogatory to them. No, but that's what you are.
Yeah. So
I'm not diminishing their blackness by saying that. You know.
I hear you.
And I feel like more time than not, that's how it's been taken.
100%. Let's go back to the beginning when I asked you what qualifies black to you, right? So all of the conversation you're having with me, it's based on that particular metric of what you deem as black, right? So that particular person who presents darker than you, who has one mixed race parent and one black parent, when they say that they're black, you're not going to say, no, you're mixed raced. Because of how it is that you've decided you've now qualified as black.
Yeah, but I'm also not going to get angry if they also said I'm mixed though.
It's not in a derogatory term. I think you're allowed to make the distinction. Yeah?
No. I feel like now it's been made to seem like someone saying that. Oh, you've said I'm the boogeyman now.
That's fine. Before I done the new black, I probably would have been. Well, I am on Christie's side. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't think mixed race people. You're not black. You're mixed race. I want to make that distinction, because people try and put me in that category, and I'm not one of them. That's why, and that's a point. That's a selfish point of view.
Yeah.
Don't be telling me I'm mixed race. I'm not mixed race. None of my parents are white. You know what I'm trying to say? I am not mixed race. So when a mixed race person is talking about their thing, I would want the distinction. Like, no,
because they're gonna put you in that.
Yeah, because you're gonna put me over there. So we're not doing all that.
But this is it.
But now, through learning the experiences and going through, like, I feel like my mindset's changing.
You're more on a unity type of thing, right?
Yeah.
We need to be together to fight the oppressor.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And I guess this is two different conversations that we're talking about, right? And this is I understand, I can see both conversations, but I'm fighting the main wicked man. Because the reason why we're having these stupid conversations and remaining divided is because of this wicked man. Do you understand? So when I have time for you, and I will take the time to talk to you about this because I'm trying to tell you, hey, whilst we're doing this, look what's happening over there.
Yeah,
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And that's where I will always draw the line.
Game of Thrones, we're squabbling over each other and the White Walkers are coming.
The White Walkers are coming. They're already there.
Yes, the White Walkers are coming.
They're at the gates.
But also, I also need to know who stands with me.
No, but
Let's be clear.
That's why I said what I said. I identify, are you with us or are you not?
Yeah.
Remember Dr. Amani called in? She's mixed race presenting. I don't know if she's mixed race or not, right?
No,
but
she's mixed race presenting.
What?
To me.
Mixed race presenting?
Presenting to me.
So she's black to you?
She's black.
Yeah, she's black to me.
Lovely.
Yeah, I don't.
But anyway, it goes.
I said presenting. I didn't say
No,
I said presenting, as in
No, I know what you mean.
Don't if you know what I mean. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we actually doing?
I was just like, don't. Anyway, go on.
Because you initially said it's all about how I visibly see you. That's why Marx made his comment.
Yeah.
That's why Marx is saying, I used to make the distinction because don't group me in with them.
Yeah.
And unless you say, or you walk around with a card saying, I am this, we're going to just take you as we see you.
Face value, yeah.
And that's why I said, I don't get into these gymnastics. I don't. Because I don't know whether Marx is, well, I do because I'm from Trinidad. So I know that the mold comes. Yeah. See, bear them there, right?
Yeah.
But other people, they would just assume he's mixed race.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you understand?
Because I made that mistake.
So that's the wrong way to say this is where I stand. So I hope everybody's listening. I'm the CEO of the New Black. I'm the CEO. What these other individuals say? Let's echo and say, hey, I'm the CEO. You're fine there.
That's right. I didn't know.
I wanted to ask a question though, but this may take us back a few steps.
Yeah, we're here to talk, man.
God.
All right. So when the White Walkers are coming, right, and there's people on lookout, who you put in there though? You get what I'm saying? Because sometimes you get where I'm coming from, yeah.
Wait. So you're saying if you put the wrong person there, they're gonna let the
Potentially.
But can you
Whose side
imagine?
are
We
on?
have nanas and we have what's that one that's in the Conservative Party that we were dissing the other day? Badenoch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so don't go on us though. We just said the blackies one out there.
No, of course not. But there's one that you question more because it's like, you might be half White Walker.
You're the weirdest thing.
And you know, no, but, no, I understand what you're
I
saying.
know you and Emmanuel Spider-Man. You don't have to convince me.
No, because to now jump on that, because there's the likes of Kemi Badenoch. What did Kemi Badenoch create? So when the White Walkers come, what side is her children going to be on?
Wait. That's so weird for you to say.
Sorry, no,
What you've just done is criminal.
No.
What you've just done is criminal.
What? Wait.
You said you've taken a black, and the black has gone with a white, Walker.
No, but you.
I've made an abomination.
No,
and that abomination has infiltrated the crew. And we've used them to go at the gate. They're letting him in. That's what you've done.
Because we're fools sometimes and we'll do that. What are you talking about?
God damn.
No, we're
But this is
fools.
happening in the
100%.
past, man.
100%.
Yeah.
But the fact that we are being so militant with it, and Emmanuel set the pace with this.
Just asking.
The fact that we are being so militant with it,
Yeah.
when we know there are far more nuanced
100%.
dilemmas in this particular day and age, right? Because we have to be looking at ours. Tina just called in and said the most colorism she received was from
some
dark-skinned black men.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So even in that camp self, even though the gates are never opened, when they come in, all of us could be dead.
Yeah.
All of us could be dead. And that's how I see it, right? I know how you move with every single militant statement, right? You always seem to like to live in the past. And you are just piggybacking. Whee! But I can't afford to do that.
No, we.
I can't afford to do that because my main focus is we need as many of us as possible. Even behind the walls, you will find some whites.
Yeah.
100% they'll be polishing off Willie and whatnot.
What?
Pardon me?
As in the whites who basically, will love the black Willie. So they're not allies. You know what I'm talking about. You just talked about them.
Yeah, no.
No, crazy.
I get what you're saying. I just understand why you.
We's French.
But you
I get what you're saying. I just don't know why he's put it like that.
Okay, so I phrased it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No, we.
It's just- I just wanted to be
we'll get into another whole
absolutely
conversation about
visual.
allies because you already know how I feel.
Oh, you
about
don't
that.
want any allies?
Brent, why are you acting like you don't know this?
When? Wait.
No, why is Brent acting like he doesn't know me?
No.
Oh, this has not been
That's
stated.
not strategic. That's not. You take. If the allies could basically open the door for you, the bomb rush the place, you sweep them up.
So stick a pin there, yeah,
Send
because so
marks.
basically, because look, even Ed's saying, yeah, he's saying there must be somewhere in your DNA that somebody not black got involved, whether it be consensually or otherwise, yeah, which is cool. So he's saying technically, obviously, I think that kind of goes without saying, yeah. So does that mean like I can't be trusted? Am I not allowed to be on the wall or something?
Because you dip in the.
No, because in
somewhere
my,
back down-
somewhere in my ancestors, there's would have been someone who's not black that's got involved for my skin tone to be how it is. This is the point that they're making. This is what they're distinguishing. Whatever generation you're going to, I don't know it because I haven't had that lived experience. None of my grandparents, none of my parents are white. None of my grandparents are white, and none of their parents are white. I don't have any experience of growing up with white people.
It's like
in
Black
their
Americans,
things.
where if you trace it.
I'm
Yeah, so I don't know how.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you go far enough, it's there, innit? But the fact that you have to qualify that, does that mean something?
Yeah.
Does it mean I'm not allowed to go man the wall?
Yeah, he's talking to you and
No, not at all, because you don't know that person. You have no allegiance to that person that's down there in your lineage. You don't know who they are. All you know is the black people. So you love the
from
black people
generation
just like
to
we do.
generation. What you've seen generationally. What I don't. You put, especially if you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know them. So why would you potentially, again, this is not necessarily, I guess, my view or Chris's view or whoever's view, but it's just putting the question in there as to why people think this way. Like, why would you open the door for the White Walker if you don't have any affinity to a White Walker? But if somebody does, you should be able to understand why somebody would ask the question. And I think that's what the problem is. It's not assuming that you would, but it's just to be like, yo, we've seen in the past many times our life depended on it, and many times we died for it. So we have to ask the question. You know what I'm saying? It's the same sort of thing you say about an ally. No one's saying that all white people are bad. Of course not. It's a ridiculous statement. But we would want to ask to make sure you think a particular way before you come to the cookout. You know what I'm saying? It's just to be safe.
Brother.
If you come. You know what I'm saying?
Brother, please.
All right. How about we get back in the boat just now, right?
Yeah.
Because we're here, where the wall's there and it's freezing. So people like Mags, who dip in that milk of magnesia,
Okay.
can he be trusted?
Yes, of course.
Why?
But again, it depends though.
Don't say Yaskowski's is sitting over there.
No, it's nothing to do with that. It all depends because remember, I don't necessarily view somebody who dips as somebody who's not black or not for their race. You know, I don't see it that way. I see it more so as I understand.
How are you, baby? Do you feel you're compromised?
No, because I don't see it that way because I think the reality is sometimes some things are just physical interactions. That's just the way of the world. Sometimes people just want to be like, okay, cool.
Have you dipped?
Who, me? I'm not a dipper. But you get what I'm saying? Like,
a bunny hopper.
but I don't think it necessarily matters though. You know what I'm saying? I think it matters when it could matter when the person now crosses in to start saying having families and all them type of things there, because that's when people start to question and say, okay, wait a minute. Like Dr. Umar said, the greatest commitment that you can make to your people. Which one?
The
Coon one.
Huh?
Is it the Coon one? Which one?
No, the one, and he had a child, and then he said he regret.
Oh,
Good morning,
the
Chijoke.
guy with the girlfriend.
Yeah, but that's his wife.
What, the black boy? The black guy?
Yes,
That's his wife?
I swear that's his wife.
Oh, no.
Rico's rude, man. Said I'm a spy for you, like, you know.
Good morning, Chijoke.
Still undercover, 007.
Good
Hello.
morning. Good morning.
Where is it just now? No, can't hear you anymore.
But yeah, all I was basically trying to say is that, again, like Dr. Umar says, yeah, like sometimes, I guess from his perspective, articulating what he said before, it's like the greatest commitment you can make to your race is basically having a family with a black woman or a black man. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody has a pro-black stance, they may question your dedication to the movement. This is not to say that all people are this way, and I hope people are understanding this.
Now, obviously, yes, there's a distinction. Obviously, when you start bringing a pro-blackness into it, me personally, if you claim that, I don't know. I don't understand why you're dabbling with anybody from that's not from your race. I don't understand that. Obviously, you can just be existing and a black person and just be like, oh yeah, I'm proud to be black, and obviously, yeah, you know, there's injustice or whatever, and you're just going about your daily life. I'm not those people. That's okay, whatever.
I guess, and I hold space for different types of pro-black activism. Because, like I just told you, you aren't even the top of the topper.
No, I'm not even the top of
And
the
that's
top.
fine. That's fine. I think before you came in today, you thought you were.
No, don't try it. No, don't try it, Brent. Don't try it. Don't try it. And please, because there are people just existing who think I'm even extreme. So let's be clear.
Yes, I think you could have the title, the school.
Don't undermine me.
But when it really comes down to it, when we move to extremes, Emmanuel, when it's war, right?
Yeah.
We need as many
100%.
blacks and black adjacents and allies as possible.
You know,
You would say no to the.
all this stuff here, it's just because
I
of...
have to put you on the front line.
It's because of we know the history of the world, yeah, and black people have been hurt, and it's hard to trust. We've been through too much. I understand why people feel how they feel with it. You know what I'm trying to say? But even say that I'm a black man. My whole life I've been black. But yeah, everything I do supports black people, yeah, just by default. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, if I give you examples of the people that I work with, or the people that I champion, the people that I uplift, the people that I try and help and stuff in my community, it's all black men and black women, just by default, just because that's what I know. That's what I go to. It's not like I don't know white people or whatever it may be. But like I said, every examples of the people that I work with, from Loons to Bino to Lippy to Boet to this one to the women to Esther to Gina to Mimi to Hema. It's everything that I do.
Tigo.
Tigo's a white man, but definitely Tigo as well. Big up Tigo.
All the
Love
time.
Tigo. You know what I'm trying to say? That everything that I do, all the works that I do, everything that I do, the commitment that I'm making here, TDA, TMB, everything that I do helps black people.
Yeah.
That's just what I don't go out my way to do that. That's just how I live. That's just the light that I walk in. You know me, you know what's in my heart, you know who I am as a person. But so I still can't be trusted because I will chop white things and stuff like that.
Let him dip.
The fact that I will sleep with women from other races, that diminishes the work that I do for black people.
Talk to him.
I think at a point,
He's done more than you.
oh really?
No, I was just joking.
Don't nibble.
Yeah, okay.
Don't nibble, seriously.
No. See, this is where, for me,
Look at him when he's looking at this.
It doesn't diminish what you do. It doesn't, because the light you walk. No, it doesn't. However, you also, it's not a thing of you like everything. You like everything.
That's the response.
No, you like everything. So it's, for me, it's kind of like, okay, like there. I was gonna say no.
Can you trust him to be by your side in the war?
No, I could.
That's all that matters.
No, I could.
So whatever he's done,
no, I could.
Whatever he's shown you, 100% I trust him.
No, I could.
All right.
So yeah,
Is
but again, that's
cool, man.
That's a nuance because
you know me.
I know him. I can't lie. At face value, I don't. At face value, I'm 100% judging. I don't care what, and I will hold my hands up to that. I am 100% judging you because to me, it's me first, and that's how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you, again, people be saying I live in an echo chamber and la la la. Yeah, I do.
And you've chosen those words.
Yeah, and I've chosen that, and I don't make no bones about that. I don't care.
Yep.
I love that echo chamber. I will live there till the day I die. I don't care. That's fine. That's fine. But and so I will 100% be. I feel like I've said it before. Like if that's what you're doing and you're actively doing that, I'm sorry, I can't trust you. That's a simple fact.
Yeah.
If that is what you are doing and actively doing, that's the key word is actively. I feel like you're not. That's not you. You're not saying you're actively going out and just dismissing your actual race. That's a problem to me. If you are actively doing that, but then you're pretending like that's not a problem or it's not a thing or even saying it's a problem. I get that's problematic, but that's me. But I take issue. I don't trust you. Sorry, man or woman. Let's be clear. Strays will go to man or woman. I don't care. The same way I feel about who's a prominent. The same way I was disappointed with Serena. I was disappointed with Eve. I will whatever.
Yeah.
Jodie Turner. Same way. Disappointment. I don't care, man or woman. If you are actively saying that's not, you don't deal with your own, or you're not even like, to me that's just a given to me.
Yeah.
Why would you not? I'm sorry, I don't trust you.
Yeah.
And we ain't got no. You can never be in the fight with me to White Walkers.
Yeah.
You might as well go stand on their side.
Yeah, yeah.
So I know who's who.
Yeah.
And that's just the way I live my life. Sorry, that's just it, boy.
Answers your question, Mags.
Yeah, she answered it.
Good.
As long as I'm cool. As long as I'm cool, you get what I'm saying? I'm blessed, be blessed. Yeah.
But you know what, yeah? I do feel like, and maybe this is trying to put TMB on a lofty pedestal, but I do feel like the existence of TMB does and will help to foster those relationships within the community so that we stop seeing things just based on how we kind of look. but rather the content. You know what I'm saying, about character, dedication to the community and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Because the reality is, we've all experienced different things, and I think, like I was pretty much saying yesterday, I don't think it's necessarily prudent or productive for us to kind of say my struggle is bigger than yours, and like we're just gonna waste time talking about whose struggle is bigger and not actually move the boulder. You know what I'm saying? That's blocking us from progressing. You know what I'm saying? So
sorry, someone in the chat said, James said, would I have this stance if it views my father or brother? Yeah, I would 100% have that view. It still stands. I 100% would still have that view.
This is so important, and this is why
That
what
doesn't
we do
negate
is
anything.
important, that we distinguish that from here on forth, there is a new black. The problem is, it's not everybody's going to like it. And that's what's mad is, that's not just white people.
Yeah.
There's black people
120%.
that's not going to like it.
100%.
Like,
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That is the issue. But we got to put the work in and do it. Do you get me? One step after the other. There's no other way. You get what I'm trying to say? Having difficult conversations, having the discourse, and finding some type of middle ground. And anybody that's you're either with us or you're against us.
Yeah.
Don't matter what colour you are.
Yeah.
That's well, obviously, Christy don't agree with that, but we're working on it. We're working on it. You get what I'm trying to say? You're either with us or you're against us. Bottom line.
Yeah.
No, for me, I'm for us first. I'm not those black people that need to include. I'm inclusive. I'm not with that fuck shit. Sorry, I'm not. I'm not with that fuck shit. We are, and this is our downfall.
Yeah.
No, because we want to be all encompassing. Fuck that shit. No, I don't need to be all encompassing.
Yeah, man.
I'm for us
Why do you have
first.
to go that far, man? Because you know the thing is, I was nodding, and then
No, this is our problem. I don't need to account for anybody that's not my own. And again, my own, there's an asterisk because I don't know. I'm not talking about Kemi and Nan and them. No. And those are not my peoples.
True indeed.
They present as, but they're not my peoples.
Yeah.
They over there. So when I say my peoples, there's a difference. That they also need to be clear. However, I'm just saying I don't need to be all encompassing, and that's fine. And I hate that people take an issue with black people when they are not all encompassing.
Yeah.
I don't need to be.
I guess maybe a more accurate, if I'm allowed to say it, a more accurate description would be this is for family and allies. This is for people who are part of the culture and those who are taking part in the culture. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Rather than just saying everyone's the same. Because not everyone is the same.
I love
but
that.
We all want the
and
same
I love
thing.
that Brent has made space for that. And I would say honestly, big up to Brent because before this, I wouldn't have thought there would be a space like this.
Yeah.
Because even for the fact that he makes space for me to say what I can say, and also there's space for Marx to be like, maybe I'm United Nations over here, but I still support.
That's because I know that I can rely on both of y'all.
Yeah.
When the whites come.
And I love that you've created such a space. And again, but I also like that, again, it's black.
Oh, 100%.
Indeed.
It's black. And this is my thing. Not to say that now we get a platform and they're like, oh yeah, it's black, he's black. Then all of a sudden, all I'm seeing paraded is this bare whites.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Bare others.
So
This ain't the Rainbow Coalition.
I am privy to
It's new black.
I am privy to who have already invested their money. I'm privy to who has already registered their interest to invest. And it's a mixed bag, Christy. It's a mixed bag. And that's why I have to basically say what I say, because I know that all different types of melanated folk and non-melanated folk want to see this come to fruition. Do you understand? And when the war is the war, I am going to be side by side with everybody who wants to defeat who I want to defeat. That is on me.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And I am right there as the CEO said, I welcome you, Christy, and I welcome you, Marx, and I welcome you, non-dipper, Emmanuel. All of you.
Yeah.
All of you will have a home here. You'll be fed here, and we can grow this particular mission to eradicate the White Walkers. But man, I'm not saying that the white people, right?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Came into totality,
Yeah. No.
Right,
Just-
I think
No.
Black Rob has a question for you. He says, "How do you keep it black if you take investment from?" I'm guessing he said meant anyone.
What does that mean?
That's the question.
No, but what does it mean? Translate it for me so I can understand it.
I think he's trying to say, how's it going to be
Good morning.
kept black if
Sorry, hello.
if you let other races
Hi,
infiltrate?
sorry. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
What we're building.
Sorry, Mark.
basically.
Say it again, please.
I think what he's trying to say is that how are you going to keep it black and all black if you let other races through the doors to help what we're building? I think that must be what he's saying.
Emmanuel, can you help me understand that question?
How?
Don't
yeah,
just
like,
repeat it.
yeah. Like how do you kind of I guess ensure that this is something that will be for the progression of black people if you've got white people's money and potential input in there?
So, explain it to me.
So basically, what I think
Thank
Black
you,
Rob-
do that.
Obviously, Black Rob doesn't know the what's going on back, behind the scenes. It won't be that situation, basically. Whatever.
No. Don't say it will be the situation.
so
What's he
basically,
saying
I
may
think
be the
he's basically
situation?
saying if, for example, you get to a situation where there's a white majority.
That's the one I'm looking for.
Exactly,
Are you saying
exactly.
that if the whites
Or
or
enough of
interested
a-
parties
yeah.
who don't have our best interest in their heart have the majority stake of the company, chances are they can plan or push their own narrative.
Or enough of an influence.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe that's what he's saying.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. If that's the question, no, we have the majority stake.
Simple answer, I guess. And if I can't say if that's not the question because if it's not the question,
You can ask
then
another question if you want.
No, I don't know. It's his question. I mean, I can't speak for a minute, so I can't.
He normally calls in to speak.
But I think Nightfall also added here in terms of compromise, and this is why I said not even a majority, enough of an influence. You know what I'm saying? Would their investment potentially make us have to
Change the narrative.
change the narrative instead of going in at, like on 100, going in at 62?
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
So, how it works to have or to bring some sort of possible vote or theme to vote on to the table, you need to hold at least 5% equity, right? That 5% equates to like 500K, right? To introduce some sort of change in resolution, you need to have 5%.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You don't want to tell the enemy how much you need to buy?
No. But that's all fine because you can put something to the table. But then we will discuss it and then we will say yes or no. We have the majority over here. So your 5% is just 5%. Do you understand? So the people who have the best interests of TNB will always have the majority. That 5% is just, yes, you can ask us a question. It doesn't mean that you can pass it through. What would need to happen is for them to basically infiltrate me. I need to be consumed by the whites. I need to be dipping in the whites, and my own mind need to change. Danielle's, Stephen's,
clone.
Emmanuel's, everybody who holds the majority stake, then that's the only way things can shift. Do you understand? And I don't know, I'm a child of God. Do you understand? There is no infiltrating me unless Jesus says, hey, have him. And if he says that, then there must be a bigger reason. And I'm not going to say no to Jesus. In fact, I will say, Jesus, why? I'll question him. I'm allowed to question him. Do you understand? I might even say no, but if he wants something, if he wants something done, he's going to get done. You understand? But I hope that answers the
Black
question.
Jesus would never say that.
Black Jesus.
Black
Amen.
Jesus would never say that.
Yeah.
We've got callers on the line, right?
Good morning, Tujoke. What are your thoughts?
All right, morning. Yeah, I feel like, to be fair, where I wanted to jump in, it's kind of moved on a bit. But I think where it becomes a bit more tricky is in terms of how and who does the gatekeeping in terms of what we determine as black. Because I think you can get a lot of people that will come and say, for example, they are black, they are coming to do things for black people. And when we look at what they're actually doing, they're not really doing anything for us. Because, there's, like, for example, if we think of Obama, I know Dr. Umar's not a fan of his because when you look at his policies, it didn't really help the black people, despite the black people being the ones that came out who weren't normally voters to vote for him. So I think in terms of how we then see someone that's light-skinned that might have white in them, that now comes to the table, I don't think we can just always have to check their black card in a sense. I mean, in terms of how we check it, should it not be the fact that they've said that they want to come to us? It shouldn't always be, oh, well, your white side might come in and you're just going to become a white devil.
White devil.
Oh, you find that abrasive? You?
No.
I thought it cut off, you know.
No.
Oh,
He's finished. That was a full stop. Right?
Yeah, no, again, I wanted to end on that point because I thought that
Okay.
Christy might want to jump in and say amen.
No, 100. No, it needs to be. But I feel like, again, this is our problem. We don't know how to regulate.
Sorry, somebody said good point. BlackRock, in fairness, most companies have separation from shareholders and decision makers. So hopefully that does enough. Yeah, we've thought about this. BlackRock says, and if they invite you to a mansion party, Brent, don't go. You know, I've been invited to those.
You got to tell him no.
shindigs already. Yeah, oh, you said that you've been to a few, haven't you?
What?
Still trying to work out what kind of parties they're talking about. So,
Eyes wide shut parties.
hey.
Not yet.
not yet. No.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not by the elites, anyway.
But you obviously you're looking forward to it, and you'll be going in your new black gowns.
Oh, yeah,
In
definitely.
fact, I don't want you to, because if they can get to you, because you're gonna have some influence.
They can't get to me. No one can't get to me. I'm impenetrable.
So you can partake, but you will never be took. All right. Would you ever want that power, Emmanuel, to be able to dip and not be affected?
So I don't need it, man. Not really, no, man.
Oh my goodness, it is funny because this is all framed from Black British experience on these particular shows. Just imagine we go over to Africa and we're seeing only Black people, and the amount of corruption that exists there, completely different. Argument is completely different when talking about fighting the oppressors and who's by your side. Crazy, right?
Yeah, because the black
Crazy.
people over there are the oppressors. Unfortunately.
This is why it is that we need this particular culture of ours centralized, because our experiences are so vastly different to that in America, that back home, so different. And we have enough culture now to export globally for us to basically have this centralized. And we are going to have children in this particular godforsaken land for the foreseeable future. So 100% we need a media powerhouse to reflect that. Sorry, we are going to. Amen.
Indeed.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I might say what I said before on the show before about a quote from Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, who I guess was quoting Maulana Karenga when he said blackness is a mixture of color, culture, and consciousness. You know what I'm saying? So when you kind of combine all of those, I guess we can kind of use that to kind of guide and navigate what we kind of see. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I mentioned Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad is because he added on commitment as well. You know what I'm saying? So I think as a loose framework for what the new black is, you know what I mean, that could be our guiding light as well, man, to understand rather than just using, I guess, skin tone. You know what I mean? But yeah, obviously nobody here is just using skin tone anyway. But hopefully you get what I'm trying to say.
And she makes no apologies, man. Just speak for yourself, Negro.
But yes. All right, man. I think we can move on from there, man.
All right, then. Let's get into more headlines.
Loosely, they've had an ongoing for quite some time now. To be honest, they've had it, but I thought they pieced it up. So
That's what I thought.
him coming with all of this, it's weird to me. I guess I feel like I feel like Wizkid is because no one's talking about him, and he's kind of like, no offense, he's kind of been Davido and Burna Boy. No one ain't really been talking about Wizkid. So I feel like because his album is coming out, I guess he's gearing up for an album release soon. I feel like this is all just part of it. So I feel like this is just all just a rollout, to be honest. So it's stupidness. Not that I'm rushing to go listen to Wizkid anyway when he comes out. So
Why? What was good?
Wizkid is not Afrobeats, as he stated. He's
He
not Afrobeats.
doesn't know what he's talking about, man.
No,
He's-
but
he's still the goat, man.
no, he's not. No, he's not. Like, yeah, he was. I guess I wouldn't. He's not even. I wouldn't even. I feel like it's an insult saying founding fathers.
No, he's not.
But like, as in the genre of Afrobeats as it was coined, because it was actually coined here before anywhere else. But I feel like he's deviated from that. He's not. That's not the music he's trying to do anymore, or that's not the music he's trying to invoke. So go over there then. If that's not the music you're trying to invoke, that's another thing. Like you enter the scene based off a certain thing. It gave you popularity. Let's be clear. It gave you popularity. Like when it got coined here, and it just became and it started moving outside of the UK. Afrobeats has only just hit the US, you know.
Yeah.
They've only just even jumped on board the train. But before that, people were saying obviously he was making music in Nigeria and stuff like that, but he wasn't making the money he is making now.
Sure.
And that's because of the genre of Afrobeats. That's what got you here.
Do you know what? Like maybe this is definitely like
That needs to be a bloody topic.
a topic of the day. Reason why I'm gonna say that is, and I'll leave this with you. Yeah, is it fair for us to expect him to just say to be happy with just the label of Afrobeats artist? When, for example, remember when Idris Elba came out and said, "I'm not a black actor. I'm an actor." You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't necessarily think Idris Elba is trying to sell out and say, "I don't want to be black" or identify as a black. But he's just trying to say, maybe don't limit me to just this type of thing, because it may seem limiting. And so if you limit me to Afrobeats, then I'm not allowed to explore other artistic expressions. You know what I'm saying? Rather than him kind of throwing Afrobeats into the bin and saying, "Oh, it's beneath me." I don't think he's necessarily saying that. Well, at least I'm hoping he's not necessarily saying that. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, our next headline takes us to Russia, where 2 Ukrainian servicemen were stabbed to death at a shopping center in southern Germany Saturday evening by a suspected Russian national. This according to authorities from Germany and Ukraine. German officials say that a 36-year-old man died on the scene in the city of Murnau, and a 23-year-old man died later that evening at a nearby hospital. A 57-year-old suspected Russian national was arrested at his home not far from the scene, according to German authorities, and a criminal investigation is underway for the suspected double murder. Next headline, big trigger warning on this one. Big trigger warning, guys. An Iranian teenager was sexually assaulted and killed by 3 men working for Iran's security forces. A leaked document understood to have been written by those forces have said. It has let us map what happened to the 16-year-old, who goes by the name of Nika Shakarami, who vanished from the anti-regime protest in 2022. Her body, unfortunately, was found 9 days later. The government claims she killed herself. Obviously, the BBC looked into this. They put the report together and whatnot. And they put the allegations of this report, rather, to Iran's government and its revolutionary guards, and obviously they haven't responded. Marked highly confidential, the report summarizes a hearing on Nika's case held by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC, which is the security force that defends the country's Islamic establishment. It includes what it says are the names of her killers and the senior commanders who tried to hide that truth. It contains disturbing details of events in the back of an undercover van in which security forces were restraining Nika. These include one of the men molested her while he was sitting on her. Despite being handcuffed and restrained, she fought back, kicking and swearing, an admission that this provoked the man to then beat her with a baton. The men, pardon me, so it wasn't just one person who was doing this to her. There are numerous fake Iranian official documents in circulation, so obviously the BBC spent months checking every detail with multiple sources, and extensive investigations have indicated that the papers obtained sadly do chronicle the teenager's last movements, man. Very sad. The last headline takes us to America, where 3 police officers have been shot and killed and another 5 wounded as they served an arrest warrant in North Carolina. According to officials, the suspect was also killed during the shootout at home in Charlotte. The man's name was not released, but police said that he was wanted for illegally possessing a weapon. According to police, a second person fired shots from inside the house following the suspect's death. Police who rushed to the building to rescue the first wave of officers were wounded as the second person began firing on them, according to officials. One of the officers is in a critical condition, according to police. A woman and a 17-year-old boy were found inside the property and arrested following a 3-hour standoff. Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Chief Johnny Jennings said at the press conference following the shooting that today is an absolutely tragic day for the city of Charlotte and for the profession of law enforcement. And that's it for the headlines. It's time to pay them bills.
God damn. All right, well, let's move into People's Journal.
Let's do it. All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. There ain't much to talk about, to be fair. What happened?
It's because she cut his hair. Remember how Samson lost his power by the woman he had in his bed? That's a different topic of the day. Women have been bringing down civilization since the beginning of time.
The very first. Tell me.
But that is a conversation a lot of y'all don't want to have.
Yeah, yeah, specifically white women. But anyway, that's the conversation you lot don't want to have.
Touché.
All right, so what I wanted to mention is, remember the other day I was talking about mortgage rates and how because of, I guess, the reluctance of the Bank of England to kind of reduce the interest rates, banks have kind of seen this as a sign that potentially nothing's going to happen. So they've increased their mortgage rates now. Long story short, I've got information on this, and this is basically the 3 top lenders who have done so. So Nationwide, Santander, and NatWest, they're going to be pushing up the cost of their new deals because, like I said, the uncertainty remains over lending costs, interest rates. Yeah, man. Obviously, this follows the various rivals I mentioned last week who lifted up their rates as well. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. But yeah, that's what's happening at the moment. Hopefully, again, as we get deeper into the year, hopefully things will change. I feel like they're kind of holding out because of what may happen in the elections, if the elections are held in the autumn. You know what I'm saying? Just to be on the safe side of that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated. Remember the other day as well, I was talking about how the fake Royal Mail stamps have been circulated. People buying fake ones from China. And if you received post with a fake thingy, they charge you basically to receive your post. Remember what I was telling you?
That's mad.
That is mad.
Yeah, they charge you £5. Basically, long story short, the Royal Mail has now paused that £5 penny. So yeah, no longer will you have to pay the £5 to get your mail if that person who sent you the mail basically... I think someone in the chat before was saying, I'm going to start sending mail to my enemies. But yeah, HSBC chief executive unexpectedly stepped down, man. I don't know if there's a potential scandal behind the scenes. Hopefully that's not the case. Maybe just, enough's enough. Can't take the pressure and the high bonuses. I don't know. But yeah, long story short, Noel Quinn, who is HSBC's chief executive, is unexpectedly retiring after nearly 5 years in that particular role. HSBC is Europe's largest bank, man. And it says that in the process of finding a successor of the 62-year-old Mr. Quinn, who will stay in the role until a new chief executive is named. They're basically looking around, man. So I don't know if you guys, anyone in the chat who's got the qualifications, maybe you can, get in there and, help facilitate some good loans for black people. And the last thing I wanted to mention is Premier Inn owner Whitbread is looking to cut 1,500 jobs, man. So there's more cuts. It seems like in every industry, like a lot of the big companies are just cutting roles, man, which is sad.
But isn't like unemployment?
What?
Isn't the stats
Getting worse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I read that somewhere.
Yeah, this is adding to it, man. This is adding to it. Unfortunately, yeah, man, they're closing restaurants though. So it's not just a case of them just trying to maintain profits. This is actually because they're closing restaurants. They're getting less what do you call it? Traffic and clientele and whatnot. So yeah, long story short, they're closing the restaurants and they're looking to expand and focus on the hotel side of things. So
I
that's
didn't
the
even
reason
know they
why.
had own restaurants.
And neither did I, neither did I. But yeah, it plans to cut its number of branded restaurants by more than 200 in favor of building more hotel rooms. It might just be, maybe some of their bigger hotels have just like the food part.
Like a restaurant included, maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's the thing. But yeah, but long story short, the job cuts, which are subject to consultation, will come from a total of the UK force of 37,000 employees. So basically, of those 37,000, 1,500 unfortunately will be losing their jobs. It plans to sell 126 of its less profitable restaurants, with 21 sales already having been agreed. It will also close 112 restaurants and convert those spaces into new hotel rooms. So yeah, man, that's the reason for it. Just a reminder as well, next week, guys, bank holiday week. Be mindful of your trains, your journeys and whatnot. There are some strikes that's going on, so I'll obviously remind you guys. Tuesday the 7th of May, Wednesday the 8th of May, and Thursday the 9th of May. Those are the 3 main days. But that is pretty much it. Yeah, that's it for the People's Journal, guys.
All right then. I don't know what the next headline is. I mean, no, it's headline, so I don't know what the next segment is. Let's get into
All right, so I'm not too sure if you guys heard about this yet, but a Conservative MP has come back and complained. When I say come back, it will make sense, but he's come back and he's complained that he was deported during a trip to Djibouti because of the East African country's close ties to China. So this guy, Tim Loughton, who's the MP for East Worthing and Shoreham, said that he was detained. He was detained for more than 7 hours and barred from entry into Djibouti earlier this month. Mr. Loughton, who was subjected to sanctions by China in 2021, described the experience as very lonely and frightening. Chinese Foreign Office said that accusations were baseless. But Mr. Loughton was in Djibouti for a 24-hour visit, right? Which included a meeting with the British ambassador. He said that when he arrived, his passport was scanned and he was asked what he did. Obviously told him what he did. I told him I was a member of the parliament, and then it went all very frosty from there. This is what he said when speaking to BBC Radio 4's Today program. He goes on to say that Djibouti is effectively a vassal state of China. What China wants, Djibouti knows, the typo here, and having a troublesome MP who has been sanctioned by China turning up on their doorstep was clearly something that they did not want to entertain. So, long story short, after that, they put him on the next available flight and sent him out of the country. And the next headline, pro-Palestinian students in the US have defied an order by university officials to dismantle a tent camp set up to protest Israel's war in Gaza or face suspension. College authorities at Columbia University in New York sent students a letter on Monday demanding they sign a form agreeing to obey university policies until June 2025 or an earlier graduation if they wish to finish the term in good standing. If they fail to comply by 2 p.m. local time, the letter said, they will be suspended pending further investigation and will not finish the term. That's what it says in that note, right? But those at the camp, now in its second week, voted nearly unanimously to stay put. This is according to NBC. Around 2:45 p.m., protesters were seen marching on the quad and chanting, disclose, divest. We will not slow, we will not rest. More than 300 people and at least 120 tents remain.
It's getting peak on them campuses, boy.
It is indeed.
I saw a recent video. I think it was on a campus. I think it's in LA. I don't know if it was UCLA. I think. Don't quote me, but obviously they're protesting or whatever. And then I guess who are quote unquote Zionist or whatever or against, they were like antagonizing them. And then one of the guys was getting in one of the protesters' face, and then he was probably like, and they're trying to like move him or whatever, and he was probably being antagonistic. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. And then I think he spat at Thingy, and then goes, "You bitch ass N-word." Bearing in mind he's white.
See what I'm
I
saying?
said, it was one of those. I had to rewind it so many times. I was thinking, wait, did I hear what I just heard? He literally said, "You bitch ass N-word," and I don't think
Oh, he was talking to a white man.
I couldn't tell what race the other person was.
You can find bare footage. It's America, right?
Yeah.
They throw that word around crazy. You can find footage of people calling people calling someone a nigger, and it's not the person saying it is not a nigger or not a black person, and the person receiving it is not a black person.
100%.
I just thought it was. I thought it was so wild. But apparently, you know what internet does? They found him. He's got a gym. Apparently, he's like a trainer, but he's trained like people like in the industry. And they felt like they have been doxing him. They have like he's apparently of Polish descent, and they was just like, bitch us. He said it so like freely, and then obviously when they went on his page, they see that he's trained Michael B. Jordan, Blueface, and other people, and then people in the comments tagging like Michael B. Jordan. I think, okay, then they started tagging Blueface. I was thinking, Blueface don't give a flipping flying F about anything. Why the hell are you tagging him for? Like, oh, you said the N-word. I'm sure Blueface was even championing him when he probably says it. Probably allows him to say it to him.
Oh man. Our last headline takes us to Kenya, man. Sad news, man. It's flooding. I mentioned this. I think we spoke about this briefly yesterday. And the Red Cross official pretty much reported that about 50 people have died in Kenya in a deluge following heavy rains and flooding. People in villages near Mai Mahiu, which is about 60 kilometers from Nairobi, were swept away as they slept. Yeah, crazy, man. Rescue efforts are continuing to pull people out of the mud with fears that the death toll could rise. More than 100 people have been killed in floods that have devastated parts of Kenya in the last month. Sad, man. Not related, but still to do with Kenya. Kenya Airways said that they've suspended flights to DR Congo's capital, Kinshasa, because of the unlawful detention of 2 employees by military intelligence. So Kenya Airways made the announcement on Monday in a statement on X, formerly Twitter, and said that they were unable to support these flights without personnel effectively. They said that the suspension would start on Tuesday. Basically, on the 19th of April, 2 of their employees were taken into custody by the military detection of anti-homeland activities because of allegedly missing customs documentation on valuable cargo. Right, this is according to the airline, right? But obviously, their chief executive said that the said cargo was not uplifted or accepted by Kenya Airways due to incomplete documentation. During the arrest, the 2 employees' phones were seized and access to them had been denied until the 23rd of April, when the embassy officials and Kenya Airways team were allowed to visit them. So 4 days it took. The airline company urged the Congolese military to release the employees to their families. And yeah, man, the government of Congo have not commented on the situation. But yeah, that's it for the headlines, guys. Time to pay the bills.
All right, let's get into the reaction. Welcome to the reaction, people, where I read out your sports headlines for you. Got a few to read out for you. Only 3, so it might be quick and easy. We'll get into it. First headline's about Joseph Parker, and he's next in line for the WBO mandatory title challenge against the undisputed champion. So it says Parker is aiming to return to the autumn and could work towards a WBO mandatory title fight against the winner of Tyson Fury versus Usyk. The New Zealander sealed a majority decision points win over Zhang in March to earn a WBO interim belt, which has put him within touching distance of another world title shot. Usyk defends his WBO, WBA and IBF belts against WBC champion Fury on May the 18th, live on Sky Sports Box Office. Parker is one of the potential challengers who are waiting for the outcome of the undisputed world heavyweight title fight in Saudi Arabia. I'm going to be watching that in Marbella. That's going to be fun. The Premier League clubs back a plan to look at the spending cap, which is great news for people with money. Premier League clubs, and I think this because obviously it's going to have a spending cap, but I think they got the NBA style, whereas if you go over the spending cap, you have to pay like a luxury tax kind of thing. That's how I heard that they was doing it. So a lot of the teams with the money could probably just go over and then just have to just spend the fine, not worry about getting points deductions and shit like that. I suppose it'll make more fun. I believe that's the way I've interpreted it. We'll get more info on it. But it's saying the Premier League clubs has voted in favour of developing plans to introduce a spending cap. 16 clubs approved proposal for the Premier League to complete the final economic and legal analysis needed to create a spending cap model. The model might be presented to the clubs at June's annual general meeting, AGM, and if voted through, it would replace the current profit and sustainability rules from the 25-26 season onwards. Manchester City, Manchester United and Aston Villa opposed the possible induction of spending cap on Monday, while Chelsea abstained. They only need 14 to get it passed, but definitely they're going to do that because then obviously these other teams can get more investment and spend more money and all these things. Our last headline says that Manchester United are open to offers to nearly all the squad. It says Manchester United are willing to listen to offers for virtually all their first team squad this summer as Sir Jim Ratcliffe looks to turn the club back into challengers for major honours. It's understood Marcus Rashford is on the list, although club sources are adamant their preference is to keep the England striker and work with him to restore the form that brought him 30 goals for the first time last season. Of manager Eric Ten Hag's regular starters, youngsters Rasmus Højlund, Kobe Mainoo and Alejandro Garnacho are thought to be exempt. It would take a major offer before United would even consider selling skipper Bruno Fernandes, goalkeeper Andre Onana and fullback Diego Dolo, who signed a new 5-year deal less than 12 months ago. Yeah, if they keep them six, they can keep them six and get rid of everybody else. And it will be all right. Then if they got the money, if they spend it, then let them spend it, man. They'll be
should
fine.
Rashford go?
Huh?
Should Rashford go?
Only for like a huge transfer offer. If you don't want to be here, then I'm all right. I've seen this happen too many times. I'm not tethered to anybody. Ain't no one player bigger than the club. You know what I'm trying to say? I've seen them all leave, from Cristiano Ronaldo to Beckham to Roy Keane, this pump, Yap Stam. This one, like Pogba didn't work out. So if it doesn't work out, then so be it. The greatness is greatness. We've got plenty. Like our future's bright. It always will be.
Arsenal fans, would you take Rashford at Arsenal?
I mean, anyone's with sense will. But then again, I don't know what you don't want. You don't turn on Saka sometimes. But it's like you turn on Saka and then I see people like, oh yeah, just give us 100 million for him, we'll take him. If you want 100 million for the player, then obviously you're saying you must think he's fucking good that to command that kind of figure in it. So it's just a bit confusing. But we're not talking about Arsenal. These are going to win the league.
I don't know about
that. Quickly, just in NBA news, the Lakers are out of here. They got a gentleman's sweep. Told you they'll get the gentleman's sweep. And Jamal Murray, I think he led the team in scoring. He got like 38 points, 7 assists, made 3 3-pointers. That was good. What other games was on? The Pelicans got a sweep, real sweep. They got checked out of area 4. They got done. Thunders beat them last night, so they beat them 4-0. They moved through. I believe Jalen Williams led that team in scoring, 24 points, done his thing. I wonder what Shea got. So it looks low. And the Heat lost to the Celtics, so that game's 3-1. They're probably going to hold a gentleman's sweep as well. That game's 3-1. Celtics beat them 102-88. Derek White had a playoff career high of 38 points. He made 8 3-pointers as well. He's cooking. He's actually decent. He looks funny, but he's good actually when you put it. So yeah, that's all going off. Is there any games on tonight? Oh, Knicks and 76ers are playing tonight. They could definitely get them out of here. Knicks are leading that one 3-1. Sixers might hold their gentleman's sweep as well. And Magic and Cavaliers, game 5 is tied at 2-2. That's on tonight. And I believe Bucks and Pacers as well. I think Pacers are going to get the Bucks out of here because obviously Giannis was down and then I think Dame Dollar injured himself in the last game, so I don't think he's there. They beat them in the regular season when they had their full team anyway. So, yeah, I think they might get them checked out of the building, so that might be done. Obviously, my Mavs don't play until tomorrow or early hours of tomorrow morning. I might watch that one. I might come in late, Brent, sorry.
So tomorrow?
No, not tomorrow. Wednesday night, Thursday morning, potentially, because I do want to watch the game, so we'll see. But that is the end of our sports news, man.
Do you know, what's it? Mike Tyson and what's his name? Jake Paul. They've said that this is officially going to go on their records.
Oh, come on.
Like it counts.
Oh, it's not exhibition fight.
Yeah, apparently.
Has Jake Paul got a record?
Yeah. He had 4 fights now, 4 professional fights, 3 or 4.
Oh, they're professional, they're not exhibition, but they're mixed. They're mixed though, innit? Mixed bouts.
As in, no, yeah, but
But it was done. But they were done in the boxing ring.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
fair enough.
Yeah, they're saying win or lose, it counts towards the record.
That's ridiculous.
Do you reckon Tyson's gonna mash him up?
I don't want to be blasphemous, man.
He better. Jake Paul makes improvements every time he jumps into the ring.
Yeah,
He's actually fighting.
Better. You know how old that man is.
It don't matter, though, man. You got
Why
your
does it
legacy.
not matter?
Because you got your legacy to think of. Why are you doing this foolishness? Why the hell are you doing this foolishness?
Yeah,
you better punch his face off. You better lay him out on the floor. I don't care how old you are. You got your legacy to think of.
What?
Yeah.
You
got your
don't care
legacy.
who, it matters though.
Nah, man. You shouldn't have done it then, man. That's your business, man.
It's how you're saying you shouldn't have taken it if it is that you know you can beat him.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done it then, man. I don't know what you think this is. You think it's some kind of joke. You want to go out there and make a fool of yourself then. Like, what are we doing here? No, you better beat him, man.
Yeah, because then he's gonna get boosted off the back of that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You better beat him, man. You better kick his ass.
Yeah, I'll move on.
Yeah, I want Tyson to win, but I'm there thinking it's not going to be what I want it to be
Boy.
because he's an old man.
He needs to meet mine. He don't end up in Dana here. Yeah. So he better do the right thing.
It's true.
That's all I know.
Yep.
It's true.
Anyway.
It's true.
Right.
And allegedly, Floyd is being held at Dubai.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard as well.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. They ain't letting him leave.
Oh, when Loons tweeted that the other day, I thought he meant my brethren, Floyd. From Manny. No, on God. I'm so dumb. I'm so stupid.
So what were you like? What, free up Floyd?
Yeah. I got thinking, what did Floyd do, man? Oh, that's sick. I need to check out that, see what's going on. Do you know anything about it?
The rumor is apparently money's owed to some people, and apparently someone he was with did something dodgy, but they've managed to abscond, and they're holding Floyd.
Boy.
Run the bread, man. You're always showing off how much money you got, man. Run the people having their
Boy.
money, man.
Boy,
What the hell? Oh, shit.
What happened?
Brent's bad mind because his team got knocked out. Didn't want to talk about Champions League football. Wow. Arsenal, man. Nah, man. That is crazy. Obviously, we ain't been in the Champions League for nothing long, so it slipped my mind totally.
What are you talking about?
There's a semi-final on tonight.
You talking about things of past
No.
yesteryear?
Bayern Munich are playing Real Madrid tonight.
I know.
So why didn't you tell me to tell the people? Like, you don't care about Champions
that's
League all of a sudden
that's why
because
you went with that verse.
all of a sudden you don't care about Champions
Why am
League.
I not telling
If
the
you
anchor of flipping the reaction that there is a big game on tonight?
If that was Arsenal versus Real Madrid, you would have let me get out of this segment without mentioning it. That's the question I'm asking you.
To be honest, I wouldn't have looked to prompt you. You would have just done it.
The question I'm asking is,
This is not on me.
I'm not, okay, fine. But the question I want to answer to is, if that game was Arsenal versus Real Madrid, would you have let me finish this segment without mentioning it?
But the segment isn't finished. It's not finished.
All right, cool. Nah.
I see Real Madrid winning.
Yeah, they should do. Even though it's tough. It's the away leg. Is it 2 leg semi-finals, is right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Going to the Allianz ain't easy, man. I don't know. I ain't got a horse in the race. I'm just going to go and enjoy a great spectacle. Hopefully it's a good game.
Yeah, it will be.
All right, cool. So, yeah, 8 p.m. tonight, Champions League. Make sure you watch that. Let's get into that, yeah. Apparently the gal them are wilding out there. Apparently the gal them are absolutely wilding. So let's see what you are doing.
I like how you never read how Emmanuel titles these things.
I do sometimes. Oh, can I get a voice?
Oh, it's the babe Joyce.
Oh, big up Joyce.
All the time.
Like her. She got nice lips.
talk the other day, and this girl was talking about, she just said it blase, and she was like, oh yeah, that's, oh, I want my boyfriend to stay with me, and so I just put, like, he had a Ribena, and she put her period blood in the Ribena. What? And she gave it to him. She's like, oh my God, since then, like, honestly, he's been so in love with me. He's not left me alone.
Witchcraft.
I was scrolling through the comments, and all I saw was girls is like, how can I do this? What time? When do I do it in the night? Out of context, if you don't know the spiritual understanding of what that means, you don't understand what blood signifies in the spirit. If you don't know it, if you're just going on TikTok, you want your boyfriend to stay with you, you just put a drop of your pure blood in his sparkling Ribena. There's another boy that I spoke to that's happened to him that I know personally. That one girl put period blood in his drink. He was telling me that oh yeah, this was tasting funny. He said he went to the bathroom to pour the drink out of the bottle and saw that there was stuff in it. And he said he locked the door and he started crying. I was on TikTok the other day, and this girl.
I'm gonna speak for Esther here. Women are down bad. As Esther would say, we're down bad.
That is crazy.
Gal are really making love potions though.
No, I know, and
that's been a thing from the beginning of time. Sweat rice and thing. Sweat rice is serious. Gal putting their panties in the pot, cooking the rice, or making. I don't know what the proper term for it is, but like pom pom tea. You know, like where you use the panties as a filter.
Oh my
And pour it thing. It's love potions. It's real because you see what it is. I don't know about period blood, isn't it? Because blood's nasty in it. So I don't know how the Ribena would have saved that. Anyway, I don't know how it would have spliced and blend. But when you're putting your natural juices, adding it to a man's food, yeah, it is a real life love potion. Because obviously you blend it up, you mix it up with the all purpose and thing, and then you can't. But obviously, certain man. You know, like you say, like the way to my stomach, the way to my heart is through my stomach, and that, innit? And you feed, man, innit? So when gal are doing that and they're putting their own natural scent in the rice and peas, this rice and peas is hitting different. And then when he's going to other places, he's saying the rice and peas just don't hit like the one that I'm getting at home. There's just something, and he can't put it on. There's just something. There's a little je ne sais quoi. You know, there's just something that's just missing. There's just I can't put my finger on it. He's like, you put coconut cream in there. You sure? He's going through all the ingredients trying to hit. He said, listen, I don't know what it is, but this gal's food just hits different.
have you
He's
not
got
heard
to
that in
go back.
Nigeria though? Have you not heard that in Nigeria?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
What are you putting in the goosey?
Don't go and eat some. Don't go and eat anybody. They're adamant. Certain like.
Yeah, that's true.
Nah, I need to keep my husband at home.
Right. Yeah, girls, if you go on Google, if you go on TikTok, there is homemade love potions out there for you. Lot.
No.
So
No.
what we're saying,
No.
seeing as you're saying this is real,
No, it's real.
that if any man gets caught cheating, he just says, she fed me.
It's witchcraft.
This happened.
Witchcraft. Yeah, I mean, that's
this is not
that's
my
viable.
fault.
Yeah, that's a viable thing. Witchcraft.
I think that's even the highest reason why.
Get
Why
out
men
of
cheat? Love potions.
There you go.
Get out of here.
So men don't cheat.
Not really.
Get out of here.
They
They're
get poisoned.
No,
There
get
you
out.
go.
Get out of
Oh
here.
my goodness. Revelation.
Now we're getting to the bottom of it. Why? Because that's that age-old question. Why do men
Wait,
cheat?
hold
And no
on.
one ain't got answers for it. Really,
Wait,
it's
hold on.
witchcraft.
Let me channel
Right.
Esther right now. Hold on. You that said cheating is a construct.
This is why.
Wow,
This is
this is
infiltrating
about.
his
What are you talking about? You don't even think it's a thing. They did nothing by your standards.
Period blood is nasty. I don't understand why people would do that. And putting in Ribena and that is mad. The man who was crying in the bathroom, I felt his pain. That's real. No, that's real tears. Like, that's not a joke.
Oh,
I wish the show was earlier because then we could have just had a poll. I want to know if any of you gal have really partaken in witchcraft before. Has it ever crossed your mind?
what? Never. I don't. That kind of desperation levels. My mum didn't raise me that way at all. I didn't be dabbling in that kind of, those kind of things. Nah. You can't be dabbling in that kind of thing. The ramifications are like, certain man can turn obsessive. And it could backfire on you real badly. No. Women, please.
Because some man, for real, some man don't need the other ingredients. Some man just taste the pom pom and just addicted off the rip. Just like just the raw pom pom, like just in its purest form. You get what I'm saying?
I didn't know he was.
No, some man don't need pom pom tea or sweat rice or bloody beaner. You get what I'm trying to say?
Man said, no chaser, please.
No chaser. Some people just want it straight from the source, just taking it straight to the head. Bow.
Eat it like
and
egg
that's
fried
it.
rice.
Yeah, and they're gone.
Jeez.
They're gone. It's happened to the best of them. Say that to say this, ladies, be mindful, man, and be more. With great power comes great responsibility. And know what you're doing with your pom pom, because
That's-
some man can't handle it.
Don't be desperate, please.
You heard it here
You
first,
doing?
man. You guys that are doing that them type of witchcrafts. Yeah, you are definitely done it here. Especially anyone dealing with period blood, because there's other ways to go about it. You know what I'm trying to say? There's other ways to extract the nutrients without. Do you get what I'm saying? No.
Yeah, but why would you even need to do that? I swear some people run through the traffic light anyway.
Yeah, but not with their face.
Some do.
Wow. You know what it is? Yeah, it's a treacherous world we're living in, man. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what's going on out here.
No, actually, that's in women are down bad, man. They do all that.
Oh, God. If a woman says, I'm having African thoughts, then run. What the hell does that mean?
Excuse that person?
What? Is that a thing in the community or something?
Never heard that in my life.
I've never heard that. What is that? What's that supposed
What's
to mean?
having African thoughts mean?
Exactly. Yeah. What does that mean?
It sounds like he's speaking from experience.
So you need to elaborate about if a woman says I'm having African thoughts. Who's
Yeah, like it at the end of the show, man. He dodged the bullet there. Gotta unpack that one. It's crazy. But yeah.
He doesn't pop up like a lot, you know.
no, he
But
doesn't.
when he does,
Yeah. Like, what are you talking about? You actually need to explain yourself, because what does that mean?
Begging to
Man said, ask Marvin Abbey. Oh my God.
What?
Threw him up. What? Just throw a man under the bus like that?
What? This is incredible. This is insane.
Wait. Wow.
Wow.
Let me just print screen this.
Yeah, please. No, Brent,
I
please.
could ask him this evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask him.
Yeah. I want to know.
Get down to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
No, man just threw him under the bus, you know.
Wow.
It's a double-decker bus as well, not even the little bendy ones.
Wow.
You see how quickly they got them bendy buses out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking foolishness.
Free rides. Nobody
Anyway,
used to pay.
A lot of accidents were happening with them as well.
Serious.
Yeah.
stupid. Anyway, yeah, ladies, be better, man. Be better. You're not all done out here, but anyone that's partaking in that, partaking in that, what word could we call it? I don't know, them rituals and things. Yeah, definitely done it here, man. Let's get into our outro. Guys, welcome. All right, that's another end of another great show. Thanks everybody that took part. You lot make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hope you lot have liked the video. If you haven't, do it on your way out because it helps with the algorithms. Thank you for everybody that called in and took part on the phone lines, the Discord. You know, we've got a great community here. We love you. Shout out to Christy for putting up.
Thank you. As always. Let me just say before I go, your video clip, that made me so emotional, you know.
What video clip? Oh, of me talking.
Yeah.
I heard that. I've got that response from a few people.
I was probably like getting emotional.
What video clip is this?
Obviously he's talking about how he didn't expect to live past 25.
Ah, okay.
I know-
Was that on here?
No, it's on Black King's posted.
Yeah.
I've seen.
Okay.
That's not recent, is it? Is it recent?
Yeah, it was,
Yeah, it's a recent episode.
Oh,
We've
is it
done
recent?
that.
isn't it?
I was this-
With Stinks, yeah. Done it.
Nah,
Done it a few weeks back. I just released the
that
full
really
episode.
touched me. That really touched me. You got some real prayer warriors then.
Oh yeah, got a whole room full of prayer warriors. Be praying on me. I got some I don't even know. There's a whole collective of them. My mum's in a group
Jesus
chat.
cares about you.
Definitely.
Stay home.
Thank you. I don't know. I need to watch. I ain't watched it back, but a few people have messaged
Nah,
me
that
about that.
that proper got me, boy.
You get me?
That proper got me.
brought a few people to tears. I didn't mean it. I was just talking, just having a.
No, but
honest
those kind of
conversation.
conversations need to be had. I feel like amongst guys.
I mean, they didn't really want to have it.
They did. They were fighting.
They were fighting.
Yeah, from the way you were just going off,
Yeah, they didn't really want to have it.
and then the guy was like, "Yeah, me too."
No, because when we brought up people that we've lost and you know, and he openly said like you've kind of you've killed my mood. Like, I don't want to have this conversation.
Wow.
And I was more of the mindset like we have to be able to have this conversation. You know what I'm trying to say? We have to be able to say how we're feeling and what we're going through because it's how we're feeling. It's what we're going through. And when it's on the other side of things, when we're glorifying shit, like we don't mind talking all day. So how come we can't say the other side of it? Niggas be going through shit, man.
I commend you for that. That's definitely more conversations need to be had amongst men when those kind of things, because you can't go on like to say those things that have, as much as you've seen and as much as it's happened to you, that doesn't affect you.
Yeah, definitely does some way, shape or form. Maybe that's why I'm crazy. You never know.
No.
But you haven't seen it, you can watch it. Episodes on YouTube. No Behavior. It's the full interview of with Stinks, who's promoting his new mixtape, which is very good. And I don't know, it's a grown conversation. It took a turn. Didn't realize it was going to go like that, but you know, it's what it is. It's good. It's very candid. It's what we do, man. Take it in. Let me know what you think. And we'll be here same time, same place tomorrow morning, man.
Peace.
Peace out.